The content presented on the following show is intended for satirical and educational purposes only. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by panelists and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the host, production team, or channel. Additionally, any third-party content featured in this program is used in compliance with fair use under United States copyright law, which allows for commentary, criticism, news report, teaching, and research. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage independent thought and discussion.
It's awesome. I'm invincible. I'm invincible.
Yeah, I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. Came from the grind, never backing down. Empire strong, we run this town. Blood, sweat, fire, built for the fight. Shining like gold when we step in the light. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. Dark nights, city lights, crown in my sight. Drill bass hit, we ignite the fight. Legends are made, never bought, never sold. Untouchable empire, power and bold. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. Yeah. Step heavy, echoes in. Step heavy, echoes in. Step heavy, echoes in. Step heavy, echoes in. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. Yeah.
What you're seeing right now with the men is a response to your radicalization. So to try to project that onto us is absolutely ridiculous. And the men are not behaving the way they're behaving right now because they can't keep up. They're behaving the way they're behaving because you broke the social contract.
You're having a conversation in bad faith. Did you say women are children? Did you say women are children? No.
Look at the construction industry. It's 99%, 98% men. But when you're talking about cooking, right, the reason, and by the way, it wasn't mostly women who did cooking, it was just mostly women who stayed at home who did cooking. That's why it's considered a traditional family role. It's part of the whole child rearing aspect.
So you know that you're here because of your father? Because men determine the sex of the baby? Did you know that?
Can we just say, if we're doing men versus women, like, women have infinitely more options. If you download a dating app, like, even grandmas get like thousands of matches.
Right.
And I understand that, like, sexual attention isn't the same as relationship attention, but out of 1,000, one will take her seriously.
You wasn't putting it down mentally. You don't know how to touch her without touching her. You wasn't putting it down sexually, and you wasn't putting it down financially. So yes.
But these women literally get to walk out the house looking like it's Halloween every day, but want to look down on you and tell you how you look. Bitch, I look like my 8th grade picture. You don't look like your 8th day old picture. You go on a lot of these women Instagram pages, it look like 30 different on there. Somebody tell me I'm lying.
It's not that she's so awesome and intelligent and everybody missed out and you just so happen to walk upon a flower. She's lying to you.
But this woman saw you. When this woman saw you, she already wanted you before you even open your mouth. Like Ali said, you didn't convince her to nothing. That's the male ego. It's time to do.
It's time to do.
Friends, I'm tired, but I'm here, and my friends are here to welcome to the Untouchable Super Panel. Sorry, style points. So, friends, appreciate y'all, everyone watching these lives. There's 70,000 channels streaming these, so welcome. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate y'all. For my people on the Team Fetty show, we are going to stream 1 hour of the show, and then we're going to close the stream, and we're going to send people to the Shut Up Fetty show. We need this channel is going to be the reaction channel and the politics channel monetized. So once again, if you listen to this on the Team Fetty show and you're confused where the show is, you are going to find the rest of the show on the Team Fetty. The redirect is on too, so you know exactly where to go. Other than that, we stick to the program. So I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me introduce our guest today. The infamous Marte Reyes is in the building. Thank you very much for being here. We have, of course, loser, friend of the show, annoys me, but I like him for whatever reason. Mr. CJ is in the building.
What's good?
Let's go, CJ. Stop showing that poster. You don't know what that poster is like, so don't do that. Jeremy, friend of the show, is back. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for being here. I appreciate you. Jeremy, I was trying to teach people how to stream in 2025 on the back. Thank you, Jeremy, for the charity. I truly appreciate it. And the one and only Tomfoolery is in the building. He thought the show was yesterday, but he's here today. Thank you very much, Tom. The lovely, incredible, light skin but has dark skin energy. Kelly, she's in the building. We need to get Kelly some black Air Forces. So we can some black Air Forces. That's what she needs. Let's go, Kelly. Thank you very much for being here. Another friend of the show. You might not seen her before, but she will be here more times. The lovely Nora from the New Party podcast. She's in the building. Thank you very much, Nora. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. One of the fan favorites, the tallest person in this panel, Mika, is here. Let's go. Thank you very much. And finally, very successful, strong beard, preacher, founder of the Untouchable Empire, baby. If you have problems with your computer, don't ask him for advice. Ilkan Ali is in the building. Once again, friends, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing well. We have several things scrolling in the bottom. There are some goals, but afterwards, when we go to the Shut Up Fetty show, there's not goals because the channel is not monetized. So you have a super chat link pinned in the top. You have a super chat link pinned in the top. Friends, topic of the show today, not relationships. Okay, not relationship. We're going to talk about cancel culture, from campus protests in Texas to viral beefs between Destiny, Piers Morgan, Elon Musk, and Jimmy Kimmel. Cancel culture is the hottest fight of the week. We're going to ask if this is free speech, hate speech. We're going to talk about conservative, liberals, and all that. So I will redirect the first question of the show to Miss Mika.
and then we go from there. Mika, should people get fired for their opinions on the internet, especially on their opinions on the internet? Let's not go with being in front of the factory saying "fuck these hoes," all right? Like, because I understand why would be fired like that, but should people be fired for their opinions on the internet? Let's have
It's time to do.
No, I don't think people should be fired for their opinions on the internet. Not at all. I think people make stupid opinions. People say stupid things, but this is America, so we're allowed to do this, just that. But with that said, I do want people to understand that on the back end, you can't control how others perceive it, and you can't control how, if you're dependent on, a job, you can't control what they're going to do either. So you got to make sure, all your bases got to be covered. It just is what it is. But no, nobody should be fired.
A follow-up. Should the people that were making fun of Charlie Kirk be fired, and do you support the decision of their employers to fire them?
Again, I don't think anybody should be fired, but you have to know the consequences of what you're doing. So if you have one of those jobs that they're saying, hey, you are not representing our company, well, then it just is what it is. You need to read your little handbook. That's your problem. That's a you problem. So at the end of the day, no, I don't think just because you said a stupid thing and maybe a nasty demonic thing, but at the end of the day, no, you shouldn't be fired, but your company is a whole nother entity, and that's a you problem if you didn't look at it.
Anyone wants to go afterwards?
I mean, I can go. One thing you need to pay attention to is the cultural fit for your organizations. He just touched on something that was very important. If you are not a cultural fit, aka if you can't read the room, then some things you just need to keep to yourself. Now, yeah, you can say them, but play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So why, yeah, you should be able to say what you want to say, and you shouldn't get canceled for it. You shouldn't get fired for it. But if everybody in the office is talking about Black Lives Matter, we finna cook a pie and go down to HBCU and we finna chase these boys off the campus because that's the culture, then you over there with your MAGA hat, you asking for trouble. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
So I wanted to give pushback on what Mika said. I think when it comes to jobs, if you're calling for violence, I think you should be fired. I think we have to. I think that's the one thing. And I know everybody talks about free speech. With free speech, we know it covers being arrested, for whatever you say. But if you're calling for violence against a group of people, I don't care what side it is. I think you should. I think you should be fired. Yeah, if you're calling for violence.
Oh yeah. I mean that's an absolute, because now you're inciting danger and you're putting people in danger and all that. Right. But just for nasty stuff or just stupid stuff, no. But at the end of the day, it is like Jeremy said, you got to read the room and you have to know your company's policies, because a lot of the times people just think they can say whatever, and these companies can fire you for whatever reason. Most of the time, it's at will employment.
Exactly.
What does read the room means? Because for example, the schmatzis, they are not welcome almost nowhere, right? So if I am neo-Nazi, right, but I'm not telling go ahead and delete these and do that, should I be fired, or should I just keep my job? Because even though I have these ideologies, I have a swastika on the back of my head. My favorite movie is the one where the Norton dude curb stomps the black dude. Like, should that person be fired, or should they be protected because he didn't do nothing to nobody? He just has some views that are not accepted in society.
Well, here's the thing. I live in Arizona, and we live in a right-to-work state. So it just depends on the state you work in, and also if you're representative of the culture. Fatty, I got a question too. I just want to ask, who is
didn't answer my question? That's crazy.
Because you keep saying this Elon Musk person. I don't know who that is.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do right now that I'm back on YouTube. Do this. No. We're going to do this. English, right? English is not my first language, but I will engage with you just for the sake of having the conversation. Spell Ellen. E-L-L-E-N. Ellen. Now we're going to spell Elon. E-L-O-N. Why is the E-L on Ellen spelled Ellen and the E-L on Ellen spells Ellen? What? Why is the
E-L-L-E-N? Elon, but you say Ellen. Why is that?
No, because that's exactly how it should be. E and the L should have one sound. If
the English language is stupid, Fatty.
No, it's different with two L's. So just to be clear, two L's changes the vowel. So when you say Elon, it's because there is one L. When you say Ellen, it is because there are two L's. So it's the
English language is stupid.
Why is nice spelled with a K?
Is not
exactly handkerchief.
Because most things in the English language derive from Latin.
But here's the thing, Fatty. This proves my point. If I was an English teacher and you were an employee and you were not representing my culture because you mispronounced everything, you're liable to be fired, right? Because you're not representing the culture and mapping on my ideology onto my students. I should fire you, right? The same rhetoric applies.
But that's the point, right? And this is go back to the conversation. Respect my pronouns. If you don't call me king of the planet Fatty, you're fired. My pronouns are supreme ruler of the entire universe. And if you don't do it, like you said, I'm saying,
language and pronouns are two different things, Fatty. What are you talking about? You're conflating two opposite issues.
No, it's my company. I'm an extra lefty.
This is a will it work state. Yeah.
Right.
Right to work state.
What is the most liberal state in the planet, in the United States?
I would say Washington's one of them.
California.
Let's go. I mean,
California. Yeah. California's up there too.
And either you respect my pronouns and the pronouns of that lady CJ over there, or you fired. Okay? CJ didn't fight himself as a fairy. So now, if you don't call him fairy, you are fired. Would that be acceptable? Anybody, like anyone on this panel, will be acceptable with that? Because if we're going to read the room, that's my room.
And by the way, Mr. Marte, under the Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act, firing someone because of their accent can be considered national origin discrimination. So make sure you stick to your constitution and stick to the laws of your country that you like.
Wait, hold on. You're conflating two different issues. Also,
Lord have mercy.
We're not talking about your color or what your belief system is. We're talking about your behavior in your speech.
No, you said he should be fired for his accent. He's saying, instead of saying Elon Musk, he's saying Elon Musk. And you say he should be fired for that.
Yeah, I can do this because it's a right to work state. Now, here's the problem, Ilkan. Can you prove that?
Hold on. Say his name again. What?
Ilkan Ali, right?
He's saying it right. So
that was close.
All I'm saying, Marte,
you just got checked, Fatty. Now back to Ilkan Ali. If I fire him from my company, go ahead.
You can't fire. It's illegal. I told you under the Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act, you would be condemned for national origin discrimination.
A lot of people don't.
Because here's the thing, Ilkan Ali, demonstrate how I'm firing you for those reasons. Can you do that?
Yes, you said you're firing him because instead of saying Elon Musk, he said
Elon
Musk because of his accent.
Right. Do you know those things can be two different things?
No, they'll get something else on it.
For how he pronounces it. I'm firing him for his speech because I'm an English teacher in my hypothetical, and he's basically teaching rhetoric in a way that he's pronouncing this to other people. I can do this, right? This is tangential to being an English teacher. You realize that, right?
Because he wouldn't misspell his name. He just mispronouncing it with his accent. He wouldn't misspell his name.
Well, those are different things. So
if I'm an English teacher,
even your example is different
Marte's
because that doesn't count under like Title 9, where like if somebody is like in a wheelchair but they have to be able to reach the fucking cash register and the cash register is up above their head, like they're not capable of doing the job. Like even though it's a disability, it doesn't fall under Title 9. But
correct. So you're wrong,
saying is that once you hire them for like you believe that they're capable of doing the job, like it's a little weird to fire them afterwards.
But that's why most
all
HR companies won't even put that. It's an at will. They can fire you for any reason. And most of the time, if you look into HR paperwork, they don't even have a reason because the United States government allows them not to have a reason.
Right. Well, even the first two people that went, it sounded like you guys initially were saying that you don't believe that people should be fired, but then went on to explain that if they're not beneficial to the company or they're not good for business, that they should be fired. So it seems
like I don't agree.
I never said that they should be fired. I said they can be because that's how business works. See, people have to understand what they can do personally and then what they can do in the business world. And a lot of the times you take your feelings into the business world. And those are two.
Right. But are you saying that it shouldn't be that way? That they shouldn't be allowed
I didn't say it should.
No,
I said I don't agree with just being fired for just saying whatever you want to say, right? Unless it's something drastic to where it can actually hurt somebody, like saying bomb in the theater or fire or whatever.
I think it's pretty obvious. Like if you're bad for business and if you're causing somebody to lose money or you're causing them to lose good employees or anything like that, you should be fired. Not just that you can be fired, but that you should be fired.
Well, we weren't given specifics, but what I was saying is that you should be aware that you can say whatever you want, but it comes with consequences. That's all I'm saying.
And what I was saying is, if you work for a book company and you're saying books suck every time you say something on social media, don't be surprised you get fired. Yeah. Like you literally work for a book company, a company that makes books, and you're saying don't read books. So that's
correct. So if I'm an English teacher and I'm teaching proper grammar and you keep messing words up, guess what's going to happen, Ilkan? I'm correct. I can terminate you for mispronouncing words because I am the policing of grammar, right? Who's the arbiter of this, right?
Well, you'll probably get fired too because you hired them, and there wasn't a culture fit. So then they're gonna find a way to fire you too, because that's how that works. Like you didn't do a good job of bringing in somebody who represented the value, so you get fired as well.
No, I wouldn't get fired for this. So if people change their behavior upon employment, that's not me. I don't control their behavior. What I can do is control their employment and determine whether or not they are staying in employment or not. I can control that aspect, but I'm not going to be fired because of that.
Right, but I'm pretty sure when you're doing the initial interview and you heard them say something that sounded weird to you, you should have put that mark on that paper right
most
there.
Of the time, those type of employments usually have some type of test. They have like a speech test, or if you're trying to be a stenographer or something, they have a typing test, something that can show that you can do the job.
Yeah. But even absent that, it's not going to guarantee that I'm going to be fired because I heard them.
You're right. You probably get
especially in a right to work state. So.
You probably get put on the PIP. You're right. Yeah, so docking the pay.
You see how
you're right.
Go ahead, Ali, and then
you see how far he's going to prove the point.
Ali's cutting out.
There's people who have. Hold on, am I cutting in and out?
No, you're good. You're good now. You're good now.
No, it did. I went. It went. My audio went somewhere else.
Ali got the DEI camera, but go ahead though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You were good till you started messing with it.
Yeah, he had to get the DEI.
You're good.
You know, so that's what happened.
And that's why I'll pass the microphone to Nora and to Atina and to CJ because they've been quiet for a while. I'm just confused. At this point, I see very wishy-washy behavior, in my opinion. It sounds like people are against cancel culture, but they understand it.
No, I support it.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm consistent. If the business wants to fire a person, they have the right. I support what the business wants to do.
So you are in favor of
and that's my position as well. I want to be clear though. I do think it's cringe when people call businesses and try to get people fired. I think that's a little weird. I think that's where I start to like have an issue with it, where people kind of go overboard, like trying to make sure the business finds out about something. Whereas like sometimes if a business doesn't know about something, it can't really affect them. But once they find out, now they're kind of obligated. They have like a fiduciary responsibility to
I'm going to push back. So ABC is a publicly owned company. If it's a publicly owned company and the public calls in, what do you think they're justified for doing, right? As a publicly owned company. So do you think this applies to them or no? According to your logic, does this not apply to publicly owned companies?
Yeah, of course it does.
He didn't say anything about
he just said it sounds cringe, which
it sounds cringe, but it's publicly owned and the public is calling in. Yeah, this is
I'm not saying.
Cringe.
I don't believe anything that's
when it
public.
comes
I don't
to a
believe anything
show,
that's public should
obviously
be
that's a
shut
little bit
down. That the
different.
public doesn't have an opinion on.
When he said cringe,
in the case of a show, you're talking about the consumers giving feedback on their on what it is that they want. That's a little bit different than just random people online who have nothing to do with the business calling the business when they don't even know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's but he's talking about, so ABC, CBS, NBC, they all actually broadcast for free, right? And so they have contracts with the government, and they have and they have broadcasting rules that they've had since the 1930s. So with that being said, if I don't like what I see, I can call, whether you think it's cringe or not, right? Because it's public, right? So anything in a public square on either side is free game because it's public. But as a private entity, I understand that point, because in a private entity, now you're doing something totally different. But public,
well, you're even allowed to do that with cable companies as well, though. It doesn't have to be like a public broadcasting. You can call TNT or HBO and let them know as well that you don't.
Yeah,
like
but TNT can tell you to go kick rock.
Well, but the point is that you're a consumer. And so as a consumer, they would take into consideration whatever it is that you like. If you don't like a show, if you don't like what's happening on a show, if you don't like an actor, if something's bad, you calling in and letting them know what you think, you're actually a consumer in that case. Whereas lots of cases, when we're talking about people getting fired, we're talking in like cancel culture, we're talking about somebody just said something random on Twitter, and then people went and tried to find their address, find their job, and then start spam calling their bosses. And I'm saying that's the part that's cringe.
Exactly. I don't even know why we got it.
Okay, because you didn't even give that entailment.
One second.
You left all that out.
1 second. By the raise of hands, who agrees with cancel culture? We're not talking about the First Amendment rights. First Amendment meaning persecution by the government. We're talking about private companies, Nestle, Volkswagen, whatever, saying, you know what, you fired because I saw you on YouTube on Fetty Show saying that he's the most incredible person in the world, and I hate that dude, right?
Okay, so you need to reword the question. Are you saying
you have to raise your hands first? Before I need to understand before we go.
Oh, I'm trying to clarify the question first. I think that the question should be, should the business fire them then? Because everybody's saying the business can fire them, but it sounds like your question is, should the business fire them?
No, my question is, you are in favor of it or not?
Yeah, we were on the same page.
Are you in favor of private companies decide, I don't like, Tom said something that I think he might hurt the company or I don't agree with, so it's a private company, I'm firing. Oh, raise your hand if you agree with this.
This isn't communist China. Yeah.
Raise your hand. So, no, are you raising your hand or are you?
Yeah.
I don't support people losing their jobs.
I got a question.
No, but we're not. Nobody's saying support. They're saying if I have a company, I don't want you telling me that I can't get rid of somebody.
I don't.
Do they have the ability? That's the question.
1 second, please. 1 second. We're moving too fast. So let's do this with most of us on this panel. Should YouTube, the platform, content creators, because they're saying things they don't like? Raise your hand.
Yes.
No. Wait. No, because YouTube is public. But YouTube is public.
Now, 1 second. YouTube is a private company run by their shareholders. YouTube is part of the Google Corporation. Google is
and how do you get the shareholding? How do you get the shareholding?
So public shareholding is separate. But he's talking about the fact that they're private in the sense that they're allowed to choose who they hire, who they fire.
And that's why they do it.
So my question is, and this is why I'm saying that it sounds like a little bit of confusion, and Ari, you can go after me, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like people are saying, I understand if a company fires somebody for expounding or saying some crazy stuff, but you don't want YouTube, which is a private company, to deplatform, I don't know, Nick Fuentes or whatever. Let's go with the Destiny. Let's go with what it sounds like. Y'all are okay with these people firing people if they are saying things that they kind of don't agree. But when it comes to YouTube, you are not okay with YouTube, the platforming right wingers, left wingers, whatever wingers, if they disagree. Isn't that a contradiction?
I support their ability to make the decision, but that doesn't mean that I'm always going to agree with their decision. So sometimes they can ban somebody that I think didn't actually deserve it or didn't actually break the TOS, and they decide to ban them anyways. That doesn't mean that I'm going to agree with them, but I do think that they have to have the right to choose who is or is not on their own platform. It is their private property. They have to be able to choose what does and does not happen on their property.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's a threshold argument. So if you have a criteria or a set of criteria that you can't say certain words and things like that, that's not banning everybody. If everybody knows this criteria and they cross these boundaries, you're literally doing this to yourself. The company's not saying we're not going to have you because your belief system, because Destiny believes that, you know, he should message 18, 17-year-old girls or anything like that. Not to be controversial here. But here's the thing, though. If you are actually sharing CP on the internet, yes, you should be deplatformed. So you see where there's a threshold there? That's really what the argument's about.
No, but there's a crime, right? Everybody agrees if you're committing crimes, you're going to lose your shit, right?
Okay, great. Let's peel it back.
One second, please. 1 second, Marte. For example, and this is hilarious because your vice president came to Germany to clown the hate speech shit, right? Oh, look at y'all, snowflakes. Hate speech. You say something, and people have the right to go ahead, go to the cops, and say this man is telling us to go do the. You see what I'm saying? Like, and now what he sounds like is that people are actually in favor of these hate speech laws. That if you say something egregious enough, if you say something, no, you're not.
This is not the same as hate speech laws.
That's not what
this is totally separate from hate speech laws. Hate speech laws are where the government can actually punish you for something legally, whereas like these are this is all private businesses being able to decide what they do with their private property.
Okay, so
Daddy, in the UK, people are being charged with criminal activity. They're being locked up and handcuffed for speech. We're not doing that in the US right now.
California is getting ready to do it. California is getting ready to do it. California is getting ready to do it.
You actually are
getting ready to and doing it are two different things.
Oh no, Gavin Newsom has it on his desk.
I agree, he does. Actually, that bill passed, believe it or not.
They're not doing that.
No. 1 second. They will probably do this, believe it or not, tomfoolery. I was looking at the bill myself. It's probably going to pass. It's tucked in another bill hidden. And a lot of people don't realize this. They're voting in mandates for things and they don't know that this is slid inside another bill. I can point this out to you ad nauseum and tell you that this law is probably going to pass to where social media, if people do have content, next thing you know, you're banned forever on the internet as long as you're in Gavin Newsom's California. This is happening right now as we speak.
Instead of saying Gavin Newsom, and please Nora, Athena, and CJ.
Okay, so
I just want to say this real quick. It's not y'all to looking at California. The DOJ, Pam Bondi literally said there's safe speech and hate speech. Your president is literally sending messages. Hey man, we should get rid of blah 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 blah.
Pam Bondi is not the president. So talking about the person that's we're talking about.
This is not
the president. Pam Bondi is not the president.
No, she works for him.
Also,
this is not going well.
Okay, and so did Kamala
and Pam Bondi.
Kamala worked for a lot of people.
We need to be able to not overtalk each other and land the microphones. Okay, let us land. Let me say what I was saying. Right? It's just a question of if they can get away with it. The same way we saw reports of Joe Biden calling YouTube to the platform people that didn't agree with, and everybody on the right was like, see, I told you, right? We are effing on the right, from the vice president to the president to the DOJ. They are calling for people to lose their jobs, for people to be removed, and for people actually to be prosecuted.
No, they didn't.
Wait, no. Trump's Trump's FCC 100% threatened these platforms, the networks, to say that they were going to take their licenses away, and then Trump also said that he would block their mergers if they didn't get rid of people that they didn't like. They 100% threatened them. For sure.
That also is the same reason.
Last week, everybody was saying, see, Jimmy Kimmel wasn't suspended because of Trump and the government. He was suspended because they were talking with each other, and
then Trump came out and said, "No, I did this."
As soon as he's back in the States, hey Disney, I told you, why the fuck you doing that? Like, he is actually pushing shit to be people to be canceled and prosecuted. So this is actually real life right now. This is not a exercise of an hypothetical. This is actually happening right now. So let's go from there. Let's get Nora, Jeremy, Tina, CJ, and then we go back to the open panel.
Okay, so the reality is this: it starts at the jobs, then it comes to real life, and that's what people need to open their eyes and realize. He is correct. Marte is correct. Something was passed, but the irony is, only 5 states in the country protect you for political speech: California, New York, DC, Connecticut, and Colorado. I guess that's going to be changing. But the reality is, guys, I'm sorry, I support absolutism free speech, whether you like it, you don't like it, whether they said they celebrated someone's death or not. I support it because there are countries in the world that don't have it. China, North Korea, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and it starts like this. It starts by silencing you at your job. It starts by having you renew your job. And then sooner rather than later, they're going to start arresting people, coming to people's houses the way they do in UK and Europe. So, I mean, you got to make a choice. Either you get uncomfortable by what someone says on the opposite end and you don't like it, or you're okay with this. And if you're okay with it, that's fine. But I don't support it. People losing their jobs for any reason, shape, or form. And this is why I say I don't, because we're going to end up like one of those countries that I named out.
But wouldn't you think that the government, if you're saying it could be a totalitarian government, that's taking over, wouldn't it be the same? What is that? What? Do y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's got a lot of background noise coming through.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's the AC. Yeah.
Thank you, Nora. So what we're saying is the businesses should be able to fire people, if they are a detriment to the business. You're basically saying, or correct me if I'm wrong, that if they can't, you feel like the businesses should have to keep people employed that have said things that could be detrimental to the business. That doesn't seem kind of like a
no, I don't. The thing is this, Tom said it. The president, I love Trump. I support him, but however, I don't support everything he does. I'm not lockstep. He announced and he acknowledged that he was behind Kimmel getting fired. He implied it. And so for that, I don't support that. Because
I understand that.
Okay, implied. Okay, but say implied, but you just said implied and then acknowledge. Those are two different things. So did he say it or did he not?
With Jimmy Kimmel, and then it goes to regular people.
No, hold on, Nora. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. This is how I feel. I feel that a business should be able to fire a person if they said something that would be bad for the business. I'll give you an example. Let's say, remember, you got to mute yourself. One more. Thanks, sweetheart. So let's say the whole incident with the TMZ folks, even though Harvey, what's his name? Harvey, whatever.
Weinstein
had came out and said, no, they were talking about the car crash. Well, someone else did some sleuthing and it found out, no, those people actually were celebrating Charlie Kirk's passing. So let's say that a lot of folks that follow TMZ, they don't like that these people were celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, and they come and they say, well, we're going to unsubscribe to TMZ, and TMZ, you got to let these people go, and it becomes bad for TMZ, the business. Are you saying that Harvey should not fire those people, or he should not have the freedom to fire those people because of what they said?
Yeah, I'm saying that they should be allowed for civil at that point to sue them, and I hope they prevail in court. That's what I'm saying.
So basically, what you're saying
the
is
difference was the governor was supporting it.
So basically, what you're saying that people have to keep people that they do not deem to have the best interest of the company. So if I am a traveling nun and I got this one chick that wants to wear a whole outfit with the traveling nuns, I shouldn't be able to get her off my team because of what?
First of all, wait.
I'm saying I don't support.
She wants to talk host speech. She wants to talk sex. She wants to talk all of this stuff, but that's not what we talk about.
Hold on,
I should be able to get rid of her.
Hold on, Mika. She's basically saying, correct me if I'm wrong, Nora, you want to have some law in place where that employees cannot be terminated due to anything they say. I'm
not saying anything
outside of the workplace.
No, we're talking about the workplace.
Tom, thank you, bringing it back.
Yeah, I'm talking about the workplace. I'm talking about
something crazy in the workplace. That's something different. People were getting fired for what they did in their off work time, in their private homes.
Off work, okay, off work time. Okay, Nora. So let's even because my example was they were actually at work, but let's go with off work time. Let's say somebody tweets something. They're celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and they tweet it, okay? And the company sees this tweet, and people that frequent this establishment see this tweet, and the people that have frequented this establishment comes to the establishment and say, hey, we want you to let go Marte or CJ or whatever. You want a law passed where people cannot be terminated due to free speech, just like a person can't be terminated due to the color of their skin or their religion, so forth and so on. I just want to be clear.
Yeah, I think if it's a form of political expression, it should be protected. Yes, because that was their political expression to say whatever they said. Because the things that people were getting fired for last week blew my mind. It wasn't even celebrating it. It was just saying, I don't have.
All right, so Nora, let me ask you a
Hold
question.
on,
Wait. Let me.
Friends, 1 second.
Ask a question.
No, because there's more people on the panel.
Thank you.
Just let them,
That's
like
what we want here.
CJ and Tina being quiet for 40 minutes. Let's just get it their
Okay,
way.
okay.
With the pin on it, Jeremy, and then we go open the panel again. Go ahead.
So first of all, most of these people are at will employment. That means they could be fired at any time. So, and for her to say you shouldn't be fired for expressing your political beliefs. What if you believe you could wear purple hair and that's your way to express your political beliefs? And they already gave you a rule that you can't wear this type of hair. Like, people, this is insane. Most of this stuff is at will. That means they could fire you for whatever they want to. You might get unemployment. That's why they came up with that thing, unemployment. So if they fire you for an unjust cause that you believe, you can apply for that. They don't want you at their company anymore, which they
You
have
mean
the
right to work,
do.
not at will.
Oh, whatever.
They do call it will at work.
Thank you, Marte.
Will it work? What's will it work?
They
I've never
do.
heard that.
There is.
No, it's at will.
It's at will.
Except for the person who believes that
That's
you
right to work. I had it right, Marte. Don't try to correct me next time.
You actually did
correct.
Oh, I can't correct you.
Right to work states are at will.
I appreciate it, Marte. I appreciate it, brother.
Let me just get the Tina and Jeremy, and then we open the panel again, okay? Because I have y'all are getting into these actually. I love this conversation because it's actually showing a level of nuance that I haven't seen around.
Well, I have a really important question to finish off with what Kelly and Nora
I'll trust you, Tom. Trust you.
Okay.
I'll trust you, Tom.
You had somebody else that you were going to first, right? Okay, so Nora, I wanted to ask. Okay, so they were initially asking about people, and what it is that they're saying, and you're saying that you think that there should be protections for people who are like voicing political speech. What if you live in a very conservative place and there's people running around saying that they think that all the children should be allowed to get trans surgeries. And now when people start to come into your business and they're blowing up, they're going viral on Twitter. And now people are showing up to your business and they see standing at the front counter the person who wants to trans the kids. And now they're all very upset and very offended and they don't want to come to your establishment anymore. So now they all start leaving. Your business now, technically, according to you, has to go out of business and lose all of your revenue because you're not allowed to fire the person for the thing that is losing you money. Correct?
I mean, I see your point with that. However, that wasn't the reasons why people were getting fired last week. How can you lose business in one day? They were literally calling up and saying, this person had no empathy. Let's fire them. What Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. They didn't like the joke. They fired him. However, his fan base liked the joke. It was people that don't watch the show that had a problem with the joke. So that's what was interesting to me.
Okay, but
no, that's
that wasn't. That wasn't really why he was fired. He was fired over the fact that they were threatened to like take their license and block a
right. Then that brings up a different point, Tom. Then you just said that's not the reason. Wasn't loss of business.
Yeah, but you're saying people that don't watch the program. Can you prove that? That's unfalsifiable. That makes no sense.
Well, no, that's not even.
Like, do you watch Jimmy Kimmel? Come on.
The point,
right?
The point,
you can't prove it. Still, it doesn't. You can't even demonstrate.
Marte, you killing me with the prove this stuff, man.
Marte, the problem.
Yeah, you got to prove everything you say, Marte.
Let me just say one thing real quick, Marte. If we are going for the can you prove it, you can prove shit, bro. Like
I can at least demonstrate it where she cannot demonstrate this.
This is for you. You have to literally have a tape of the Disney executives on the dark room saying, "No, we are going to."
Oh wait, by her logic, I can make all kinds of false claims and just say it's true because trust me, bro.
Marte, a lot, like 90% of the conversation is assumptions because we are not on these dark rooms. So if you're going to start with the can you prove it?
No, that's false. 90% of conversations are not trust me, bro. That's crazy.
Well, I can tell you.
Right, Marte is correct. You got to prove this stuff, man.
You
have to at least
people like this, like to speak. They don't like being questioned.
Hold on. I think we all know that the people who were offended by what it is that Jimmy Kimmel said were not fans of Jimmy Kimmel. I think we all know this. Okay. I think
that's also an empty assertion, Tom Pooler. You're making another empty assertion. This is the thing. You're just blanketing this with everybody. Why not be accurate and say people that just don't vote for him? Why not just say people that just complain about what his speech was, not what they liked or not? You can't even determine this. Like, how do you even prove this?
What they liked or not? I don't know what you're talking about.
Just 1 second, Marte. Can we prove that all these right-wing comedians with trans jokes and black jokes and all that, can we prove that they are racist? Can we really prove, like, I'm canceling you because you are transphobe? Can I prove that they?
Well, you're talking about a very subjective
and demonstrating
term
it are two different things, Fatty.
No,
I can demonstrate to you how this is hate by saying people are affected, people are offing themselves because of this, and I can literally give you an argument that makes sense. Yeah, that's different. I'm not asking for proof, but a demonstration. If I can explain and have justification, that's a whole different claim. That's what I'm saying the whole time. And this is going over both of your heads, actually.
No, he's not. No, he's not, because, and I'll give you an example, and then please, so we can get back. Sorry for taking the microphone. I just want this to not be a disingenuous conversation, right? If I am a devout Christian, right? I'm a devout Christian, and somebody from HR hires a Muslim man, right? And I see the man praying 3 times a day, right? Whatever, 5 times, whatever he's doing. And there's tweets in my story of my Twitter saying, I want to foster a Christian environment and all that shit. And I go ahead and fire the dude. I say, I just don't want to hear. I don't explain why and all that. Marta, can you prove that I'm firing because he's Christian?
No, I can't unless he states this.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Don't prove my point. Because if I ask for justification, if he can demonstrate this, then that proves you're proving my point, Fatty.
Marte, 1 second. Is a follow-up question. This is my point. You know, I fired that man because he's a Muslim. He's not a part of our group. He's not a part of our identity.
You're making an empty assertion, Fatty. That's another empty assertion. If he says this outwardly and expresses this, yes, then you can say this. But if he just fires him for existing, how do you know he's not firing him for breathing the wrong way?
No, it's totally
You're not
fine.
making any sense, Fatty.
No, you are a part of the All Lives Matter.
That's another empty.
Now listen.
You're a fallacy machine at this point.
Let me explain why you are a part of the All Lives Matter.
Yeah, please get out of this hole, Fatty, right now. Go ahead.
No, all lives matter though.
If a black person,
life does matter.
If a black person is stopped, let's do this, right? Let's do this, and this is actually a perfect example. If I am a bouncer on a nightclub, and 100 people dressed in white, you're wearing the same clothes, smelling the same way, white people come through and they join the club, and then the black person looking like CJ with the same attire, looking the same way, I said, sorry, bro, can't let you in. We are full.
They do this all the time in Miami.
Okay, no, that's fair.
That's a bad example, Fatty.
No, 1 second. Can I?
They be like, you're ugly. We're not letting you in.
No, but oh my God, you guys are just doing a little bit too much.
Maybe
Fatty, you're using bad examples right now because you're opposed to culture. And if you're opposing culture,
you have to walk with me for a second. If you don't want to walk, Marta, if you don't want to walk with me, we just move the conversation, right? Because I'm not going.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to do this shit. Okay. If 100 white people wearing the same clothes got into the club and the black person got stopped and they asked him for $500, or they told you have to go through the back, or they told you we are full, you can't join now, I think it's very fair to assess that that person didn't enter the club because they were black, even though I don't have sufficient evidence to prove without shadow of the doubt that was racism.
But that's your prejudice.
No, that's an assumptive claim,
So what is happening right now is y'all are hiding yourselves behind the plausible deniability shit.
You're assuming that.
No, it's hey Marte, you were a bouncer just like me, right? You were a bouncer on a nightclub, right?
Yeah.
How many club owners did you got as your employee that said, hey bro, as soon as we get a couple of black people here, don't let them get all of it because we don't want this shit to be too black? How many?
Almost every one of them.
Okay, so now how can the person that is being barred in front of the club can prove that they are being discriminated on the basis of race when he didn't hear the conversation? Can I prove?
They can't.
Yes, you can if you say this and somebody expresses this and somebody finds out about this. Yes, witness testimony is called evidence, not proof, but evidence. This is why it's always admissible in court or any debate argument, which you're getting swamped on right now.
I know, but that's my point. But that's my point. Remember when I actually complimented the people on the panel and I said, I'm glad we're having a nuanced conversation, right? You hiding yourself behind plausible deniability because you didn't hear the club owner saying to the bouncer, hey, once we have 20 black people here, we don't get more people. It's a disingenuous conversation.
No, Fatty, you're promoting assumptions right now because I can't back it up and I can't give a logical demonstration on anything. All you're doing, matter of fact, this is prejudice. This is the very definition of prejudice. You're judging something without any other information other than what you see as anecdotal evidence. This makes no sense. You would need more to go off on to accuse somebody for attempted murder or anything else other than, well, from what I heard was this and that, what I think was this. That argument.
Hey, Marta, if Destiny was right-wing, would he be on Rumble at this point?
That would be an assumption.
Depends on what he said.
I'm asking you if Destiny was right-wing in YouTube, would he be streaming from Rumble right now? What is your opinion?
I don't know because Nick Fuentes could be banned from Rumble for being right-wing himself. That makes no sense.
Opinion about it? You don't have an opinion about it?
Not with the
I
same
don't know.
take.
It's very gray area.
Not
Like
with
you
the
said,
same
nuance,
takes.
right?
Not with the same take.
Yeah, that's very great area.
Nobody can get banned from
There's a lot of right wingers on YouTube, Fatty.
Hold on. I got a question. I got a question.
Hold on.
Martin, I got a question. Hold on,
Jeremy. Nobody gets banned from Rumble. That's the only platform where people are monetized. Nobody gets banned from Rumble.
Right.
He's saying that they would get banned from YouTube and therefore he would be on Rumble if he was right wing. If he's left wing, he's allowed to stay on YouTube and would never get banned from YouTube in the first place.
Right.
So he doesn't have to go to Rumble.
So even with these hyperbole, he's still proving my example by saying if Nick Fuentes is banned, yes, because of some of the things he probably says, even though he's right wing.
That was Jeremy. You can ask the question. No, Marte.
Okay.
Marte. This is the last question. I promise, Jeremy. Because we're not going nowhere if we can.
Go ahead.
End this bottleneck. Is it fair to say that right-leaning content creators have a way shorter rope than left-wing content creators on TikTok?
No, because what happened in the administration before?
I'm asking. Whoa, wait.
This switches from goalpost to goalpost.
No,
it depends on each administration and everything else. You have environmental factors. You have everything else that's part and parcel with this.
You are trying to telegraph don't telegraph. Let's talk with each other. You think that TikTok doesn't give way more rope to feminists, man haters, trans pushers, everything that is lefty, and doesn't suspend, ban? You think that TikTok does give the same rope to lefties that they give to conservatives?
What you're doing is you're saying fire is bad. Fire is not good or bad. TikTok's just a tool. It depends on who's behind the tool. It depends on who's behind this. Because you can use fire to cook or you can use it to burn down.
Well, time to move the goalposts again. On three, fellas. 1, 2, 3, push.
Marte, no, Fatty, he's saying Fatty. Wait, Fatty, I promise you, you do. You do need translators. He's not saying that he's not moving the goalposts. He's saying that there's different standards based on who's in charge at different times.
Yes.
That it has not been consistent over time. It has changed.
No. You know why?
Correct, it does. Tom Fuller is right. That's my point.
You know why this is disingenuous? Because TikTok never was right-leaning. TikTok was progressive, lefty, woke from the beginning until now. There's not one time in the history of TikTok.
That's false. Hold on.
That's facts.
No, it's not facts. I can debunk this right now. TikTok was owned by communist China, which is more right wing than anything else. It's used as a device of
right,
against America right now.
Let me ask a question. Martin, let me ask a question.
This is crazy.
I think that the young lady right here in the middle has not been able to speak. Let's see what she got to say.
Mika's trying to talk. Thank you, Mika. Let Mika say.
I'm not going to talk about Athena.
Yes, I'm talking about
my girl Athena too.
But thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I was enjoying it. So I don't think I'm as passionate as you guys at this. I just kind of like, I don't like cancel culture, but I realize it's there for a reason. As a business owner myself, if someone says something that I don't like, I'm going to fire them, period. And I'm not going to think twice about it, especially if it's going to do something that harms my business. But at the same time, I've been on the other end where I said something that somebody didn't like, specifically about deporting illegal immigrants. And I had 10,000 people go to my page in one day, slander me, saying that I was like doing things. And so they were spreading rumors about me, telling me not to hire me for as a contractor and all of this stuff. And so I've been on both sides of it. And even though I've been on the side where I've been burned, I still don't think that we need to stop cancel culture. I think it's important because as a business owner, if I don't want to associate with someone, you're not going to force me to associate with anyone. And I feel like everyone has the right to do that. So that's,
I mean, as somebody who's left leaning, I am banned on Discord. I'm banned on Twitch. I just had 3 strikes on TikTok. I had to wait 4 months to get rid of those fucking strikes. I'm banned on Instagram. I have 3 strikes on Facebook. Everywhere I go, it's very quick to like receive.
It's because y'all are hypocrites. Hold on, man. Can I say something? Can I?
Nah, let me talk, Ilkan. Let me.
Well, I'm saying that I'm saying that I'm still okay with this stuff, and that I'm still okay with them making their own decisions. That like, even though I'm banned all over the place, I understand it's their fucking. I might disagree with their decision, but it's their fucking property. They can make their decision.
But there's your point of view, because I guarantee you, if an Orthodox Christian gets the platform on YouTube because hate speech or whatever the fuck it is, the people that support them are not going to say, you know what, I respect it. It's a private company. They can do whatever they want. No, they will pick the motherfucking ticket, not ticket torches, because
that's false.
So
that's
Can
false,
I say,
Eddie.
I was quiet for a long time. I want to say one other thing. I've seen one other thing. So I've seen more conservatives get canceled and like for years. And so even though I'm like, I don't like cancel culture, like I understand why it's there. I'm not gonna lie, seeing the left get a taste of their own medicine makes me smirk a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, y'all don't like it. And now it's a big problem. Now you want to cancel culture.
Because y'all have no principles. Because
no, because you lefties like to say no, you lefties like to say, well, okay, well, we can do this, whatever. But anytime you get a taste of it, it's a problem. Jimmy Kimmel was the main one saying, oh, great, Tucker Carlson got fired. He should have been fired, and he's going over to Russia. Good for him. But the moment he gets fired, oh my God, they're doing something. Please, you open your mouth.
Hey, that's what I'm telling you. Y'all walk in a very dangerous territory. I will say this. Ali and Tom, you got it. Hey,
can I speak? Ilkan speak.
I'm not. You had the
Ilkan, go ahead.
You just passed the ball. Charlie Kirk was the first person to say, hey, I'm okay with having some gun deaths as long as we can get.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. I did a whole video on it. Don't lie. Nope. Because I don't like the lies. I will sit right here and play it because I did a whole video on it.
Correct.
Okay. Charlie Kirk did not say that. Charlie Kirk said everything has consequences. So if you drive a car, all of us drive cars. I'm sure we do. So every year in America, there's 50,000 deaths a year. Okay, but we've all came together as a society and we said, hey, guess what? I know there's 50,000 deaths a year. I could save 50,000 people, but guess what? Upward mobility is much better than not having a car. So 50,000 deaths, it's a small price to pay to have a car. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Let me finish because you did a little fallacy. I love you, Patty, but you did a little fallacy. So what I'm saying is, with that being said, yes, there are going to be lunatics on the right and the left, okay, that will take guns and do what they do with them. But it is a small price to pay because, one, This is America. We know we got a tyrannical government. That's what the well-armed militia is for. Second Amendment. And then two, okay, we got white trash and we got YNs out here. Okay. I want a gun.
I want to get
That's what you said.
Hit him again with the 2 points, Mika.
You said Charlie didn't say that, and
hit him again with the 2 points.
No, that's not what he said. No, that's not what he said. Y'all gotta.
No, hey, friends.
Yes, I got this. I just told you what it said verbatim.
We don't have to guess.
You just talked about nuance and context, Fatty.
Hey,
You're
friends,
destroying your argument.
Guess what he said. We can listen.
I just said what he said verbatim.
No, it's fine because it's 10 seconds. I got you, Mika.
No, that's not 10 seconds. See, I hate that. You liberals always do 10 seconds. Play the whole damn thing. If you want to put it up, play the whole entire thing. Don't play no 10 seconds. That's not context. And that's not.
Hold on.
Because it's not context.
Mika. On my show, I tell what I play, what I don't play. Okay.
AKA fallacy Fatty.
I will play these, and then afterwards, y'all can say whatever the fuck you want. But instead of doing the let me translate it, let's hear from the sir.
Go ahead, fallacy Fatty. Go ahead.
I think it's
okay. He's going to say the question. This is verbatim. Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's worth it to lose lives on the United States to protect the Second Amendment? And this is his answer. Okay, this is his answer. Not adulterate. Let's see what he says.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
So basically what Fatty just did, so basically, hold on. So basically what Fatty just did, it would be like if we all were talking and Fatty just took the last 10 seconds of your point.
That is a prudent.
It's still playing in the background.
Wait, the video.
Wait 1 second. We both agreed. Mika, you didn't say nothing that I didn't say.
No, Fatty.
You just gave the reason for why Charlie said that, but you are explaining why
you are explaining what he said, not his words.
I'm giving the context, because when you guys play, when you only say that part, okay? Because I've seen this over and over and over again online, and it's stupid.
No, he's not.
When you only play that part,
it is stupid. She's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Well, watch it, Fatty. Ask me if I think it's worth it to have the Second Amendment for gun deaths in America.
Tom?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do, right? Listen carefully, because this is the tick for tech. I didn't start it. It was Athena. Athena said, it's kind of funny to see the people on the left. So this is what I'm going to say. If that's the case, and if we're going to actually make fun or actually enjoy it, because now you are getting what you like, you're getting the karma thing. Imagine I'm a bleach manufacturer, right? And I'm saying to the crowd, hey, friends, I think it's worth it for a couple of people to die a year for the benefits of bleach, right? And then my daughter drinks bleach and dies.
Okay.
That's a very disingenuous argument, Fatty.
Oh my, everything is, what is it disingenuous about?
Because what you're doing is you're using extreme hyperbole about what about me? We're talking about in general for mass society.
Yeah, you're blaming Trump for saying that we should inject bleach, Fatty. Why are you doing
that? We're talking about a prescription, not an anecdote from your own story. No, like, what would you prescribe for society?
It's not my own story, and respectfully, right, Marte?
No, you're hypothetical. That's what I'm talking about. We're using a prescriptive lens.
You are a part of the team that literally says, if y'all add one kid with cancer or two kids with cancer, which one would you punch on the face first? This is your team does it every fucking debate.
Hold on, just because Andrew Wilson does this doesn't mean I do it.
Can I talk? Go ahead. Can I talk? Y'all will make the most egregious hypotheticals to just make a point and to prove that you are right and the other person is wrong. And now that I'm saying, since Athena is saying it was fun to actually watch these people get canceled because it's karma to them. They were doing this and now they are getting it in return. Wouldn't be fair to say, and this is where I want to get, and y'all don't let me, that what Charlie Kirk got, for example, was karma, because he said, hey, it's worth to lose a couple of lives.
No.
It was not his life. It was not
even close, Daddy. Not
No,
even close.
How is
it's
that
not the
Not even
same
close.
thing.
Not even
It's
close,
Fatty,
Fatty.
that's
no,
a
It would be
disingenuous
calmer
argument
if
you're
Charlie
using,
Kirk
Fatty.
was a shooter murdering people and then he got murdered.
right.
That would be calmer.
No,
Exactly.
it would even be
Yes.
more justified if the dude ran up on him and beat him, like just put hands on him.
If he
I would
was, if
agree
he was
with that
saying,
more because that's a
yeah.
crash out that we can identify with than to just
Problem
kill
is,
somebody
you're
for
not
words.
opening-
That's
you're not
crazy,
opening
man.
up- You're not opening up the-
And this is why we don't get anywhere.
That's not true.
Y'all are
Because
not.
it's not the same
No, one
thing. That's
second.
all,
Y'all
Fatty.
are not about principles.
Getting
Y'all
fired
are-
versus
Well,
getting
it is
killed is two
about
different
We are
things.
about, hold on, we
because
are
he
about
wasn't
principle.
doing
I've been quiet
anything.
the whole time.
This is
Me and
crazy.
Ilkan the only ones that
We
haven't
are
spoken.
about principle.
and you can jump when we're done. So Ali, jump
Step
the
out a window.
conversation.
That what you said? Is that what you
No,
said?
no, no. I just because the thing is
I heard you, Fatty.
you know is you can keep moving the conversation, but this is what we're talking about, right? Most people didn't kill Charlie Kirk. They didn't. They did memes on the internet. We are judging these people like they actually were there and doing something to the dude. They just made the joke. That's the
They're
reality.
disgusting ass people.
So no, but that's the point. That's the point.
That's it.
If-
That's all.
okay, okay, that's fair.
That's
So
it.
if those people are disgusting for saying, "Hey man, let's make a joke about the man that died," easy disgusting for saying that I'm okay with human life being lost, and then be actually one of the victims of the human life that was lost, and everybody gets offended. Are
No,
those people
because he's saying no, because he's saying that society, meaning the left and the right, have collectively said we want to drive a car. So the stats say, hey, if you guys want to drive a car, it's fine, but 50,000 people die a year because car deaths are just more frequent because people don't know how to drive. Okay. And other things happen, things in the road, yada, yada, yada. So when you add all that up and we bring you those stats, do you still want to drive? Yeah, because it's worth me not having to be on a horse and buggy in the cold, or it's worth me not having to spend hours trying to get somewhere on a bus when I could just get in my own personal car. So we've all collectively on both sides said, yes, this is worth having. This car, this thing, the guns is the same way.
Yes,
That's
and
it.
this is why you are actually be disingenuous, is because there's cars all around the world. Second Amendment is something that the United States probably only have. There's a very different distinction.
So, Fatty, this doesn't make any sense because the Biden administration came out and said that we.
Let me just ask something. Do I need like 100,000 subscribers for like finish a sentence?
Yeah, let the people talk. Fatty, let me speak.
You know what, Ali and CJ, go ahead and speak.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate Ilkan.
By the way, speak about what we're talking about. Don't move the conversation.
All right, I think Ilkan want to go.
Go ahead, CJ and Ali.
No, CJ, go ahead. You fighting for it. You want to talk so bad.
Mika is correct, 1,000%. The problem is that y'all don't see anything outside of yourselves. Y'all think y'all way is the only way to be, or everybody else is delusional. Y'all project what y'all feeling about yourselves onto us. Y'all are the ones that are, what if Eddie call it, disingenuous. Y'all not listening. Y'all feel like y'all way is the only way, but it's y'all wrong. You're wrong. And I know it's hard to believe, but you're wrong. That's it.
So
hey, just one second. You wanted to interrupt me just to lick her ass crack. Like literally, you don't have no opinion. You don't have no nothing. The only thing you said was, yes, I want to lick Mika ass crack. That's all you had to do. That's
you're disingenuous. You're disingenuous right now.
That's crazy.
You're still talking about disingenuous being
Homonym attacks.
right.
No, I'm
CJ, we gonna need an answer though. We gonna need an answer.
You have a whole conversation to say, yes, lick your armpit, Mika. You are right.
I just got ad hominem, Fatty.
That's crazy. Ali, go ahead.
So the thing, obviously, what Charlie Kirk said is and what Fatty said, I don't see how we don't see what he's saying, is basically saying you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You live by the gun, you die by the gun, and it's worth it to have guns. If some people die, some people may die because of us having guns. But what's very hypocritical for me, except for Nora and Mika, is the hypocrisy of how everyone is on one hand supporting cancel culture, but they're not supporting cancel culture, knowing that we all have different ideas. Like the difference between liberals and conservatives or Democrats and Republicans, right? One's for LGBT, one's against the LGBT. One's for guns, the other one's against guns. One's for pro-choice, one's pro-life. But when people were being canceled as conservative Republican, people had a problem. But now that there's liberals being canceled, people like Athena, you saying like let's rejoice, but you should be fighting for.
I didn't say that. I said I smirked because they're getting a taste of their own medicine because they've been doing it. And so because they've been doing it, I was like, you don't like it, do you?
You're playing semantics, though. If
No,
conservatives and Republicans,
you're doing that. You're doing exactly what CJ said. You're projecting. You're the one doing that.
No, actually, on my show, that's why we don't have an echo chamber. If I don't agree with you, I want you to be able to talk. I'm not going to cancel you, kick you off my show because you don't say what I want to say. I would kick you off. People express their ideals, express what they have to say, but it's actually both liberals and Democrat, conservatives, Republicans, and Democrats are full of it. Y'all are all hypocrites, except for, like I said, Mika might be conservative. I don't know if Nora's conservative or liberal, but both of them said that the people shouldn't be fired unless they said something that was volatile. And I think Mika said that if someone's saying something volatile, they're being consistent of what the America is supposed to be. You should have the right to say what you want to say as long as you're not pushing.
That's the bad. I mean,
I wasn't saying.
Look like
I said I supported cancel culture, even though I didn't like it. So there was no contradiction in what I said.
I get what you're saying. You're saying, okay, it would be the same. It would be the same as if you went out. If you went out with a guy and you know he's, I don't know, he's you're in love with him and he's cheating and you want him to act right and and then he gets in love with a girl once he leaves you, and then that girl does the same thing to him, and now he's getting a taste of what he did to you, right? So it's kind of like, okay, so now you have empathy. Well, now you have sympathy because you've been through the same thing that I've been through. The problem is, though, with the left, they don't have that. Right. So they're going to take it as you are making fun of them instead of saying, see, it doesn't feel good. So why did you do it in the first place? Because with the left, what ends up happening is once something happens to them, because I always say the Democrats play a dirty game of I forgot I said that, I forgot I did that. And so once it happens to them, they go and say, oh, well, now we have to put things in place for it not to happen. But they talk about all this Gestapo stuff, but they didn't talk about it under Barack Obama when they were doing the NDAA. They didn't talk about it when Barack Obama got rid of the Smith-Mundt Act. They didn't talk about all of this stuff, right? But now when something looks like something they did, they're like, oh, well, this is Gestapo. It was Gestapo when Barack Obama did it, just like with immigration. Barack Obama did the most mass deportations and got sued by the ACLU, the same company. I mean, the same group that's suing Trump right now.
No, here's the thing. So the difference, though, in the cancel culture thing, though, is that the government didn't force people to lose their jobs, and that is where it becomes anti-freedom of speech. If a business does it by themselves and they choose to fire somebody, that is a fine thing. What it is that Trump and his FCC are doing are what makes it anti-freedom of speech and makes it way more authoritarian. But then on top of that, while I will agree that there have always been people on the left who were willing to engage in cancel culture, the majority of big name liberals were against this and were pretty anti people going after people's jobs. The problem is right now, all of the biggest conservatives, people like Libs of TikTok and Andrew Tate and Laura Loomer and all of these big names across the board are all the ones who are canceling people. You never had somebody with 5 million, 10 million, 122 million followers on Twitter that was advocating for people to lose their fucking jobs like this. But it is happening with the right, and they're going on doxing sprees now and trying to get people to lose their jobs. This is not comparable to anything that the left did.
This just happened with Biden.
Hold on, wait. Did you say it's uncomparable?
Cancel people.
He just said that.
This was
That was the whole point.
Biden's administration, and not to mention
y'all are moving the goalposts too fast.
Everybody's moving too fast.
Y'all moving way too fast.
And Marte, you are right. This is disingenuous again. Both
Not
sides do it.
disingenuous.
No. 1 second.
He told Mark Zuckerberg to not talk about the
both sides
stabby
do it.
jabby.
No, he did not.
Cancel anybody
No,
for
he did
talking
not.
about this.
No, he did not.
Who
He
did
just
not?
did.
Who
Yes,
did not?
Mark
You-
Zuckerberg
you
just
said-
came out and said, yes, I was pressured by the government.
And Google.
Yes, no,
This
no,
is
no.
a fact,
He said
yes.
he was.
And
yes,
YouTube
he
came
said
out
he
and
was
said
pressured
that
by the
Biden
government,
told
and
them to
we have
delete
all of
channels.
the emails.
Yes.
Hold on.
Correct,
We have all of the emails. We have all of them. There is no
And
pressure in there.
YouTube
We
came
have
out and
all of
said
them.
that Biden
No,
was
Mark,
Wait,
pressuring
hold
them
on,
to
CJ,
delete
stop
channels
interrupting
off
me.
the
You need
YouTube.
Stop
email for
interrupting.
this.
Hold on. You guys are talking over me the entire time. We have all of the emails. There is no pressure in there. We can go through them and see that there is no pressure in there. And Mark Zuckerberg only came out and said that once Jim Jordan and Donald Trump threatened to arrest him.
That's not true. He actually testified.
leading up to that, he said there was no pressure.
He testified.
That's
he
pressure,
testified during
Tom.
the Biden
That's
administration.
pressure. What are you talking about?
He testified during the Biden administration.
That was the Biden.
And
No,
YouTube
hold
just
on.
came out and said that they were getting pressured.
I didn't say he testified during the
YouTube
Trump
just came out and said
administration.
they were
I
getting
didn't say
pressured to
this.
delete people YouTube channels too from the Biden administration.
This is a waste of
Yes.
time.
No, they
Because
didn't. No, they
Yes,
did
they
not.
did. They
There's
deleted
no
all
evidence.
kinds of
Okay,
channels.
give me the
What are you
evidence.
talking about?
Give me the
Lying?
evidence, CJ.
These
Give me
people
the
are
evidence,
lying?
CJ.
My
Yes,
boy
you are
Tommy
lying
can't
piece
get
of
a
shit.
channel
Yes.
on YouTube.
Give me the
Oh,
fucking
I
evidence
don't know.
then. You have no idea what you're talking about. That
Do you
never
want me to
happened. Show
send
me
you
the
the
fucking
video of
Hey,
Mark
free
Zuckerberg
zone.
saying this
Shut
on
that
Joe
up.
Rogan?
No, I know Mark Zuckerberg said this after he was threatened to be put in jail if
Oh,
he
so you
didn't.
asked for
Show
evidence
me
and I
the
gave you
fucking evidence
evidence.
that they actually said it. No,
You
no,
just
no.
contradicted
Yes.
yourself, Tom.
Okay, I'll show you him saying that it didn't
Contradiction.
happen. I'll show you him saying that it
contradicted.
didn't
Oh
happen.
my
The
God.
fact that you're
Contradiction.
okay, fine. I put a gun to your head and I tell you to suck my dick. Now you're gay because I
Okay,
put
so
a
what
gun
about
to your
Google?
head while
What
you
about
did it,
Google?
okay?
Joe Rogan
No,
podcast,
you're
he
gay.
didn't have a
You're
gun.
gay. I put a gun to your head while
Yo, chill out. Let's have one mic, please.
So what
He
about
didn't have a
Google?
gun to
Tom?
his head on the Joe
Marte,
Rogan
1 second,
podcast.
Marte,
This is
Marte, 1
hyperbole.
second.
You're crazy for this.
Marte, this is actually why what you're doing a couple of minutes ago was dangerous. Because if you're going to go from the prove it claim, prove it, you can't prove it because Tom Foolery said, and you can actually see it.
He said this.
Oh, Marte, you have to let me
He
finish.
said
my man.
that. What are you
My
talking
man,
about?
Marte, you have to let me finish, my man. If the only thing that you have as proof is his words, Tom Foolery can get a video of him saying,
In
I
admission.
wasn't. Can you stop, Marte, please?
Go
Can
ahead.
you have like a little bit of decorum? Just a little bit. Right? This is the danger of the prove it. Prove it is tangibles. It's not words. Is literally you have a document signed by the saying like you don't have it. What you have is Mark Zuckerberg at some point saying yes, they pressure me, and then on another point saying no, nobody paid me to do, nobody pressure me to do nothing.
Well, I want to make a
so-
distinction.
so
they
it's
can
1
pressure
second.
him.
What's
it's-
an admission?
so-
Give me the
so
definition of
can't
an
coerce
admission.
him.
What is
It's
that?
his- hey, can you? Hey, I'm sorry, I can do that today. I'm sorry, I can do that today. Right? I can. If I say I'm an astronaut, there's not an admission. I'm not an astronaut. Okay. If I say I'm an astronaut, it's not a proof that I'm an astronaut.
Now you're being disingenuous, Fatty.
No, he's not. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying, Marte. That is what
No,
you're saying.
that's
You're saying
not
that
what
he
you're
testified.
saying.
He said
YouTube,
it
hold
wouldn't
on.
happen. That is what you're saying. We have the emails.
They asked him, "Why are you canceling a lot of people?"
You are being. Today is difficult. I believe. Listen, my belief is that the left does it too. It might not do on the degree that the right do it, but the left
What?
uses their
Okay,
powers.
can
to
I
actually-
because
Can I please? Can I please?
I was about to ask you a question really quick. I was just going to ask when you're done, can I speak because I have to go?
Yes.
That's all I was going to ask. Now go ahead, land your plane.
What I said was this, and this is why it's a dangerous conversation with the proving. There's no definitive proof that actually was pressured. There's no definitive proof other than words, right? Because these people said, "Oh, the motherfucker, it was a trans person, he was a tall person, he was a short person, he was a shooter, he was a sniper, he was a mermaid." Like, just because people say things, that doesn't actually make it proof. So when you start the conversation with the prove it, and now Tommy is doing the same to you and says prove it, that didn't work because he said the opposite, prove it, you are never going to actually convince him. What I'm saying is this: let's have a conversation in good faith. I believe that both sides do it. Even I might not have proof. I believe that both sides love cancel culture. Both sides love to silence their opposition. Both sides love it when there's some pressure, when people get demonetized, when people get the platform. I believe that both sides do it. What I was saying, once again, Marte, just to make sure that we are clear, is that if we're going to get on the realm of prove it instead of opinions, you are barely going to be able to prove anything, because you just have words from people, and people say anything and everything, and you can take them as face value because, like Tom said, once under the pressure, I will tell you I'm a motherfucking rainbow. I will tell you that my arm is my leg and my leg is my arm. Donald Trump is known for that. Every single time he gets caught on something, he will go ahead and do say the most egregious thing, and you don't believe him because you can take him at face value. You have to go to the field and actually look for shit. So that's all I want to say. Is about the discourse. Is not about your opinion. Okay, it's just about how we're going to engage with the conversation. Quick reply to me, and then Mika can ask the question, and we'll open the panel for everybody.
So
May I
you
go
and
after that?
so
Because
you and
I actually
tomfoolery are
looked it
wrong.
up. Sorry, go.
So you
Martin.
So you and tomfoolery are wrong, because proof and evidence are two different things. When I have a witness testimony, that's considered evidence, not proof. What I'm referring to is evidence. An admission is evidence. When I say, can you prove this?
I'm
I may
saying
not even
evidence
say,
that
can you
backs
prove
up
this? But
his
we have
claim.
evidence by his own admission. Now, what you're
I'm
using
saying
is real
evidence
quick.
that backs up
I'm going to
his
tie
claim.
this in. I'm going to tie this in real quick. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast. He did not have a gun to his head. There was no pressure during this time. But when he was asked, he was just speaking freely and said, yes, this is the Biden administration. They came out and said this, and I was pressured to do this. There was no pressure to say anything else. He's liable to say anything from one way to the next. So when you talk about an evidence, a witness testimony, somebody says this, you can't omit this. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Okay.
Both of you guys are wrong.
I agree. No, I agree. We should believe Amber Heard, Johnny Depp abuser.
Yep.
We should believe her
Yep.
because their words matter.
Yep.
We should believe. We stand with
You don't
Amber
need
Heard
evidence to back up your
because
claims.
Evidence.
her
There's
words
two different things. Proof
I
and evidence
literally
are
just
different
looked it
things.
up.
I
And he
asked
is
for
correct.
evidence that backed up his claim.
The order.
And I'm
And
saying that we
one
have
second.
all of the
Can
emails.
can
We have all-
Athena go, and then I'm gonna go,
Yeah,
so
sorry.
I can go.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I just
Okay,
looked it
Athena.
up, and they're saying that Trump never pressured him. These are news stations explaining like what happened. They're like, no, Trump never
Yes.
pressured him to do. Like they're saying it. So I want to know, tomfoolery, Mr. Oh, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence that he said that Trump pressured him? Because according to what I just looked up, I couldn't find anything. If anything, it's exactly what Marte said is what I'm finding right now as I'm looking it up. So that's why I said, where's the evidence? The evidence is right there. Look it up for yourself.
Okay, so
Yeah, I got you. It says
I
Donald
just want-
Trump threatened to imprison Zuckerberg. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you're fine.
We're going to be Bettina. We're going to resume that after me because she has to go. We're going to resume it after.
I just want to say this. The reason why I disagree with the whole is it's on both sides. It's because through my entire lifetime, I've always seen one side, and actually the last 20 years, it has been one side majority in charge. Okay, the Republicans have not had a run of the mill like the Democrats had for the last 20 years.
They had more, Mika. Sorry to interrupt you, Mika. From 2000 to 2025, it was Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, Trump. Yes.
No, excuse me. You're talking about, we have three branches of government, sir. So you're talking about the president. I am talking about all three branches. The Democrats from 2009 had all branches of government. Okay, which is the craziest thing, because if they wanted to pass immigration, if they wanted to pass all the things that Barack Obama really wanted to pass, they would have passed it when they had the majority. They did not, because Democrats need you guys to be, destitute. Anywho, what I'm saying is, we know that they silence people and that they do certain things because it's on record. You have the NDAA, you have all of the laws under Barack Obama when it comes to immigration, when it comes to torture, things like that the left can do. But when the right does it, now we see it in every newspaper. Now it's an issue, because we hear about everything that Trump does, but Are we ever gonna get Hillary Clinton's 300 emails? Is she ever gonna get locked up for that? Is she ever gonna answer why she didn't answer for Chris Stevens? Okay. At 3:00 in the morning, when Benghazi was being ransacked and all those people were being murdered. No, she's not ever going to do it, because most of the real government is liberal. Okay. And so now that you have Donald Trump, and Donald Trump actually is making, and both sides, because you have rhino Republicans, which is the reason why I am an independent. Okay. What I'm telling you is Donald Trump puts a fear in that government, period, because he doesn't have an allegiance to either one of them. He has an allegiance to what he wants to do. So when you have somebody like that, they're okay with exposing both sides, which is why the Republican Party tends to go ahead and do what they need to do with Donald Trump. But the Dems, all you've been seeing them do is just fight with Donald Trump and fight with Donald Trump. They're not even trying to do anything with their for their constituents. And that's because those people are not there to actually make a difference. Those people are not there to really do anything, honestly. And if we're going to keep it 100, all of the laws that we don't like right now did not come from the Republicans. They came from Democrats. They came under Barack Obama. They came under the leadership of Susan Rice. They came under the leadership of Kamala and Joe Biden. All of these laws that stop you from speaking, that stop you from doing things, came under Democrats. Okay, especially during COVID, they kicked it up. So the stuff that you don't like always comes under liberal leadership. If you look at Stalin, if you look at the communist parties, all of those are left-leaning. My family is from Cuba. Those are socialists. These are left-leaning things. So it's not both sides. It's just, I'm sorry.
What stop you from speaking? Wait, one second, real quick. Who stop you from speaking during Obama and
no, during Joe Biden's reign.
So who stopped you from speaking?
What laws?
What happened?
You said the laws that stop you from
yes. So they passed a law for social media. I don't know if you guys just randomly didn't see it. So they literally passed the social media law. I don't know what it's actually called on the books, but they passed a law to where they actually stopped you from saying what they call not disinformation. It's called malinformation, what the government deems to be incorrect. Not if it's incorrect or not. It's called malinformation. That is a new term created by the Democrats, and it's on the books.
So wasn't Trump the one that was pushing fake news?
No. That came under Joe Biden.
Okay, so you talk, right? Let me talk, right?
Okay.
I just want to say this. Wasn't literally Trump during the first term said 3,000 times fake news every time he didn't agree with something? Wasn't Trump multiple times talking with reporters and say, "You from CNN, da da da"?
Yeah, you know why? Can I just? I'm gonna reply.
Mika, I like you. I'm just saying, and I like you to be aggressive. But I see you on other panels, and I think you, like, usually are very demure. Like, just let me land my plane.
I'm only pushing it because I do gotta go. That's why I'm trying to answer your question. That's why I said I'm trying to answer your question.
Isn't your president known for pointing people in the media, laughing at them, scolding them? They shouldn't have a job. You should be fired. You should be removed. You are fake news. Isn't your president known for
that? I was waiting. Because I don't want you to accuse me.
I'll end the plan. Yes.
What I'm saying is, you're absolutely correct. And the reason why he's calling it fake news is because under Barack Obama, he allowed the United States citizens to have propaganda against them. That was in check up until Barack Obama. Barack Obama repealed the Smith-Mundt Act, which allowed the United States citizens the same thing they do to citizens in other countries. We are now getting it, meaning we're getting propaganda from our own government, and that happened under Democrats. So what I am telling you is everything that you actually say you don't like did not come under Republican rule. It actually came under Democrats.
Can we be honest before you go? Who started the birther movement, which is literally propaganda?
Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton.
man is
Hillary Clinton. She said he was
perfect. Lock
That's a
her
Democrat.
up. No, perfect. Lock her up. Hillary was removed. Then we got Trump. Did Trump?
No, you said who started the birthing movement.
I'm talking to you, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Did Donald Trump push the birther movement, saying that man was not American, he was from whatever, and then putting articles online? Didn't he do that? Did he do that or not?
Hold on, wait. Are you saying Donald Trump started it? I'm trying to figure out what your question is. Because Donald Trump took up the mantle of what Hillary Clinton said.
Is that propaganda?
No, that's not propaganda.
So it's true.
Just like Kamala isn't black.
No.
Barack Obama is not. Is Barack Barry Soto?
Huh.
They still haven't authenticated that daggone birth certificate. So and I don't care what side you're on. Even Hillary Clinton said that.
So Obama is not American.
What? He wasn't born. No, he wasn't born here, and that's a fact. Now you can allow him to do what you want to do because the United States government does it on both sides. They allow the government to do whatever they want to do. They allow Nixon to do stuff, and they allow what is that man name? JFK, Ronald Reagan. They allow presidents to do stuff. What I am telling you is, at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with what's being allowed with what's actual fact.
I'm just saying that
you help launder some racist ass shit, dude.
This is why I say
he's very rich to talk about propaganda just to turn around and say Obama is Indian.
No. I think it's hypocritical. Mika, I do remember we have a hip.
Oh man.
Oh, I messed up.
Yeah,
you break
Did you say Ali?
See if you can get closer to the router.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
I mean, I sent a couple things.
We had a
yeah, you shouldn't use your neighbor's internet, Ali.
All my bars. Dang, boy.
What did you say, Ali?
But that's hilarious that we literally are saying, let's not do propaganda, and then go back to Obama is not.
Well, just
no, it's not.
Pause. So just
it's
give
not
give
propaganda
Ali the
because I can say that about Republicans. I can literally point out where Republicans will have lied about things, right? So it's not propaganda with me calling out something that's not true. Just like 9/11, the official story is not right, and that's under a Republican. I don't care who it is. I'm going to call it out. The 9/11 story is not the actual truth. And
what manner of fuckery is this?
And neither is
John Henry. That's not an argument.
Let her
no,
finish.
It's ignorant. It's also untrue.
Let her finish, please.
My bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Fatty.
Oh, you not.
I've been had to go. I was trying to finish. I was trying to hear what Ali was asking.
Yeah. I just want to say, in both sides, it becomes hypocritical because the main thing, Mika, you said was that the main issue of our country, we have a tyrannical government. You said that, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
But the same government that put Obama in office, the same government that put Trump in office. And it kills me that we always argue on both sides. We watch both sides be hypocritical and contradictory, doing the same thing to each other, but y'all keep picking a side and keep picking a different leader that is put by this tyrannical government. That's the thing that kills me. So both of y'all think y'all are different, but both sides have issues with each other and support the hypocrisy and the contradiction y'all see every single day. So if you're saying the government is tyrannical, they're putting the same people in office, and we keep voting for both sides, both two sides of a coin. And y'all have said yourselves, all of you said, we vote for the lesser of two evils.
No, so we're not.
So why would that same government why would they put Obama in, but then turn around and put Trump in? Then if they're not the same,
they didn't.
I'm asking you, Mika. I'm asking you, why would if you don't believe in what you said it's a tyrannical government? Why would that government put Obama and then turn around and put Trump back in office?
Okay, that government did not want Trump. They would rather have a rhino Republican. Donald Trump is not a rhino Republican. That's why they would rather have you've never seen in your life Dick Cheney come out and support any Democrat. Okay, but you're going to do that. You're going to have them do that because the Democrats and the Republicans, to your point, okay, can both be rhinos and can be in the deep state. However, Donald Trump is not in the in club.
So how did
Okay.
they voted?
So
How did
that's
the
why
president?
both sides, if you actually look at it, both sides, Democrat and Republican, do not want Donald Trump.
Yes, he is not in the in club, but he was pushed by all the billionaires. He filled his cabinet of billionaires. He's supported
House, the
by
Senate,
Israel. He's
the
lobbied
Supreme
by all
Court.
the gun manufacturers, all APEC, all
Okay,
the
I'm going to ask
lobby.
you this last question, Patty.
He passed
Patty,
tax cuts to the
I'm going to ask you this
billionaires.
last question. I want to ask you this last question.
Right.
When Barack Obama got in office, his first time, and they all take a cabinet picture, right? Right before the markets crashed. Can you tell me who was in his cabinet?
I don't know who is in his cabinet.
Everybody from Goldman Sachs and Wall Street.
Okay, so Mika, stop there. This is the difference between.
No, that's
I got you, Mika. I got you.
But Donald Trump set the record for the most lobbyists.
This is the
in his
difference
first
between
term.
people
He
like
broke
me.
that record in his second
This is
term.
the difference between people like me and most of y'all on the panel, right? Obama is a corporate Democrat. He accepts money from big companies. He will do the pay for play. He will maintain the status quo. I admit that. Biden is another one. But every time we talk about Trump, what about Obama? What about Obama? What about Obama? Did you notice that when we're talking about Donald Trump not draining the swamp, getting money from lobbyists, surrounding himself by the billionaires, give tax cuts to the billionaires, doing interventions in wars outside that he has no business and he promised he wasn't doing it. I'm not even going to talk about the Epstein files, right? We all the time.
you can talk about that. All you're going to do is bring up Bill Clinton.
But every time we
And
talk
Trump
about
taking pictures with him.
every time we talk about Trump,
No,
for 1 second,
no.
the answer
We're talking about actually going to the island.
There's no charges for the island. All the charges are for what happened.
I
in
bet you there
fucking
ain't no charges for the island because Democrats and Republicans
you know
been
you
on
have a
that
mute
island.
button, right?
I bet you there is no charges.
I know, John. Please don't.
We believe in freedom of speech.
I'll just say this, right, friends. On the
we can
Team
tell
Fetty
him.
show, I'm going to close this out on the Team Fetty show side. Okay, there's almost 100 people watching there. Come to the Shut Up Fetty show. We're trying to monetize completely this show. The review
Patty,
show.
I gotta go, but I'm just gonna say this. You see how even though he came on disagreeing with me, I still didn't say anything. But the moment he disagreed with me, he said hit the mute button.
Because it's
That's a liberal. Thank
No,
you, Fatty.
that's a
Thank you,
fact.
Ali.
Yeah, that's
No
a good
problem.
point.
Stick around. Here we go.
Y'all gotta be kidding me. Dude.
So can I close? Because this is I actually love y'all, and I like this Mika a lot. The feisty Mika. I'm just saying once again.
The misinformation, Mika.
It's
Is that what
not
she
even
is?
the misinformation. If I go to y'all shows, I will follow protocol. Follow protocol, please, because I will be guest on y'all shit, and I will stump y'all to the infinite. I will overtalk you. But like, just let's everybody just finish the point. It's fine, okay? Even though I'm not your fan favorite today, I will be in a year or two. Once again, I'm going to close it on the Team Fatty show. Come to the Shut Up Fatty is going to send you a redirect, and let's make sure that we support this side, okay? So let me remove it, and we are out. Thank you very much on that side. I appreciate y'all. John Henry, and then we're going to read the super chats, okay? Because I have a couple more questions to ask y'all, so the conversation is not here. Thank you very much for everyone in the panel. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad to be back. Go ahead, John, what you would say?
So I said the level of disinformation over the last 10 minutes is astounding. By the way, Dick Cheney supported Kamala Harris in 2024. So that was a lie that she told right off the bat. Well, I shouldn't say right off the bat. She just had a straight ramble here. So I listened, as I said before, this black conservative comfort on the plantation jackassery is something that affects our communities by and large, whether it's black or white. All you need is one Trojan horse over in the corner shaking the head right now to speak this misinformative nonsense for folks who either will say either poor, idiotic, or afflicted, looking for an answer. They will take anything that's spoken to them that sounds that might bring them some relief. The biggest issue that we have right now is that we have Trojan horses in our community that will take this type of misinformation. Clinics being in black neighborhoods by 79%. We'll hear the same lies talking about abortion clinics being in black neighborhoods to control the black population. we'll hear this lie about the federal government kicking the black man out of the home. All these are lies, all right, that I've shown and debunked on my show. But when you don't have the folks in the right area to hear it, you get the black conservative fuckery that we hear. I'll land it right there. And forgive me, Fatty, you know I don't come out with words.
No. It's fine. Like I said, it's just y'all asking me to have structure, and I'm trying to have structure. And then when I give you structure, y'all fuck my brain up. But when I'm rowdy and I'm rah like I was on Sunday, everybody's saying, Fatty, we need more structure. You need to chill. Like either I get to be the dragon and everybody's the dragon, or I get to chill and y'all chill too. We can be.
Well, it's structure as far as like moderation, right? Like there's a couple of times where I'm trying to take somebody down a line of argumentation, and then you jump in and steer them in a totally different direction.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah.
Yes, I just want this because we have time. If two people are engaging in something, to not do what CJ did and says, "Leak, let me leak your armpit real quick." You are so right.
That's that dirty CJ shit.
Fatty, why you gotta be a hater, bro? I didn't do.
Well, all you said was Fatty was wrong and Mika was right, and you took like 2 minutes to say it. So it was...
just to stop it, just to stop the conversation from flowing.
Can't believe y'all. I can't believe you, Fatty.
But you did it though, CJ.
I like the beard.
Fallacy Fatty at it again.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all fallacies and prove
I
me.
don't want you to fight it, brother. I want you to
misinformation, Marte.
John.
It's time for some super chats.
Forgive me, Lord. I'm going to become religious by the time of this conversation is done.
You know,
once again, welcome to the second part of the show. Friends, on the other show, on the other channel, we are going to do some specific stuff. So this side is the side that you need to be following now. Okay, we're starting the reviews and all that, so we go from there. And I'm going to
wait. Did Nara have to leave?
No, she's here.
She was trying to be discreet about it.
She says she has to leave in 15 minutes. Okay,
she's trying to be discreet.
I thought she was leaving now.
It's fine. We're not going to have a long show. I just want to make sure that everybody touches the microphone. Doris, thank you very much for being untouchable for 29 months. I appreciate you. Just me. She became an untouchable. So look at you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Bill Goat in the building. He said, "Oh, Mika, I'm telling Anton Daniels, you will remember what he said." Damn. What did she do? Red Lipstick says, gifted 1 channel membership. Thank you very much, Fred. I appreciate you. We have my boy Carl Konix here with a 5 membership for the Untouchable Empire. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. We have Great Dane in the building with $2. Nora Cheek is very smart. I'm very intelligent. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. If you have to insult people, you have to send $20 and up. You can't be insulting people with $2. The New Party. Thank you very much. $5 says, great job, Nora, host of the New Party. Thank you for supporting for it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We have Kelly. She had to go with a $20.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for that $20 donation.
Sorry, I had to leave. My apologies, Fatty. Great show. Thank you very much, Kelly. I truly appreciate you. She comes back in and says, Tina, you're cool. My conservative season. Aww. Carl Anderson, the sponsor of the show for now, says, Carl Anderson, so is it really worth it for cities like Chicago, New York, and Memphis to face high murder rates when guns are combined with poverty and hopelessness? You are going to answer that question after the super chats. Anonymous base $2, and Trump ended up being right multiple times on the super
Trump
chat.
had never been right.
PayPal. Okay, shout out to my boy Donnell. All can you send me an offline cash app saying much love and trust you, and the family are doing well. Thank you very much, Donnell, for the offline cash app. I appreciate you. And shout out to my boy DJ Vapors for we are back. That's what he said. We are back. So, friends, we need to fill this hamburger fund. Up top, you can super chat the show, okay? So Go ahead and use that link. If you have a PayPal, I will try to find ways to get the type of monetization. And then finally, Carl Anderson with a $50 ball saying we are back. I have a lot of new things for y'all, friends. Just wait 5-10 days and we are up and running. Thank you very much for the $50. Carl is the sponsor of the show today. If you want to support the show and get us to the Hamburger Fund total, you know exactly what to do.
Yo, we outside tonight. Support the movement. Support your boy Fatty. Hit that cash app. Team Fatty 8. You heard the untouchables in the building.
We need $80. So, Mr. Marte.
Yeah, one thing real quick before we get started. Tomfoolery is wrong because when Trump talked about Tylenol themselves came out with a tweet saying, if you're pregnant, consult a doctor before you take this. They've said this numerous times. So what's that again about Donald Trump? Never utter absolutes to me again, matter of fact.
Hold on. He didn't say that. Tylenol did not say anything about autism. What did Tylenol say about autism? What did Tylenol say? Did Tylenol say that it causes autism? Did they say that?
They said consult with a doctor before taking this. In matter of fact,
that means he was right. That means he was right. It causes autism, guys. I found one thing that I thought Trump was right on, and I turned out to be wrong.
Hey, Tom, hold on.
Take Tylenol.
Misinformation, Marte.
Hey, Marte. Hey, does Donald Trump lie?
I mean, they're politicians. People,
here we go.
Yeah, everybody has a valid.
Foolery
said he never told the truth. He said he never told the truth.
Let me land, please. He lied about the election being stolen. He lied about the inauguration, the crowd that was there. He lied about the wall. He lied about Mexico paying for it. He lied about the Veterans Choice Act. He lied about the Mueller's report. He lied about COVID would disappear. Can I finish?
Just being disingenuous real quick.
He lied about where his father was born. He lied about windmills causing cancer. He lied endlessly about things. You saying that disingenuous because I'm saying he lied?
Yes, it's disingenuous because what Tom said was an absolute. Do you know what an absolute claim is? He said never. I never said he never lies or never tells the truth. What Tom did was disingenuous. He said he never tells the truth.
Hey, Tom,
Marte, that's fair, right? Because everybody lies, so you're trying to get him right. Let me ask you something, right, Marte? Marte, your opinion, okay? And now you can get it back, right? When Trump said that the Epstein files are Obama hoax, right? After having several versions before, right? This went from because you did the face. I don't know. Like he said, the Epstein files.
Because I have to look at your face while you say everything.
I'm just the Epstein files are Obama hoax. Do you believe it or do you think he's lying, Marte?
Fatty, can I ask you a question after this?
Yes.
Fatty, I'm not making absolute claims like Tom here. That's what I'm saying. That's my argument. Whether or not I believe it or not.
Well, time to move the goalpost again. On 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3, push.
Fatty, what's your favorite ice cream? You know, I'm not, but Ben and Jerry's.
You know what Tom's favorite ice cream is?
What is your favorite ice cream, sir? I ask you again. Do you think, in your opinion, you are a very intelligent man? Don't smirk. Look at the camera, sir.
You and Ali and Tom are disingenuous. But go ahead, proceed though.
Do you think that Donald Trump lied when he said the Epstein files are Obama?
Be careful, Fatty. Saying things that hurt his fifis could get you fired from your job. Okay, you got to watch out now. Okay.
No, making absolute claims makes me look like a foolery. But go ahead, Fatty. What were you saying?
It's bad. No. I asked you if Donald Trump is a liar.
Let him make the mistake. Go ahead, Marte.
Repeat the question again, Fatty. People are talking over you.
Oh my God. Ali, pick it up.
You don't believe in God, but go ahead, say, oh my God, again. Anyways, back to your question.
Marte, 1 second. You know what's funny? You would be a great politician, Marte.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
Yes, he would.
He would
make a great politician.
He stands on lies.
John Henry, you should be the last person talking about truth and honesty.
I don't have a problem. Yeah, put us on the screen, Fatty. Marte, come for me if you think you got it.
let's do it again, okay? So, for example, let me do this, right? I think Obama was lying about Guantanamo because it kind of was. Yo, I'm going to close that, and then he go there. Oh shit, this is what we have here.
That's not Fatty. That's not the argument.
No,
Am I
I'll
saying
leave
never?
Marte.
Am I making an absolute claim like Tom
Marte,
did?
Marte, it's my opinion.
You're moving the goalpost, Fatty. You're literally moving the goalpost right now.
You know. I know this is what they taught you on the debate university, but we are
No,
not
I never took debate university.
We are on the untouchable empire, baby. So we're going to ask questions to each other. This is your opinion. This is not a thesis for your doctorate. This is not a factual. This is not met.
Fatty, just get to the question, please.
I will repeat it. Do you think that Donald Trump lied when he said the Epstein files are a Obama hoax?
I don't know because nobody knows anything right now. What are you talking about? That's not even the question right now. Wow. You're obfuscating. Tom made an absolute claim. That's the original statement, and I refuted this. You guys are pissed because I'm right.
Hey,
and then now you want to go ahead and obfuscate.
There was something that I wanted to address.
It was Ali, because I
made an absolute claim, and you're wrong about it.
I just want to show this. Hey, Tom, I just want to show this. Hey, Marte, this is the definition of disingenuous and having a conversation in bad faith. You are so...
If I tell you something never happens, that's disingenuous.
Marte, you have opinions all the time. You are an opinionated person. But as soon as you get on panels... As soon as you get on panels and we ask you something that might compromise something that you said before, because you are on this debate energy, you will never say, you know what? I don't have proof, but in my opinion, I think this is what is happening. You always go to the other side and says, you know what?
That's
Nobody knows
I've
nothing.
conceded
To be or not to be, that is the question. The more I know, the more I don't know. Plato. Like this is.
I'm consistent, Fatty. Whereas Tom is right now making a fool of himself. Living up to
Can I ask my question, Fatty?
Consistently,
I want to debate with this.
You are consistent. I give you that.
New cool John, brother.
Let Ali finish his point, and then CJ can ask the question.
No, he deflected by saying politicians lie, which he would have to acknowledge that a lot of politicians are corrupt. But if it's documented, he lied over 30,000 times, and 70% of the statements he's making is lies. Why would you believe that person if you're telling us not to believe in people who are liars as well, too, Marte? Instead of going, what you might go.
That's not the claim I made. That's not the claim I'm making.
No, I
asked you, obfuscating even further.
Hey, please stop doing the debate, bros, Marte, to us. Please.
You mean being right?
No,
stop
being right. I'm gonna ask you again. I'm asking you again because when I ask you, if I ask you if Fatty lies,
go ahead.
If I ask if Fatty tells lies and you go, everybody tells lies, you're deflecting and being disingenuous. I ask you,
no, I'm not, because that's a fact. Am I wrong if I say everybody tells lies?
You're being disingenuous. Go ahead,
please don't say. Did I ask you? And CJ, it's funny. It's funny how y'all go from women topics and go to political topics, but lose complete sense when you talk about women.
That's what I think y'all do, Ilka. I think y'all
do.
He said never.
Interrupt me again.
Never tells the truth.
And y'all do it again.
Interrupt me again.
No. Tom,
but y'all believe in freedom of speech.
By the way, just to make sure, to all the people watching, people that flip-flop like this in politics should never talk about women. Because they're doing exactly what they accuse women of doing. Women are disingenuous and never answer good questions. And you see, and he keep doing it.
Y'all conservatives.
And as soon, hey Ali, you are 100% right.
They're the conservatives. They're the freedom of speech. Y'all push the freedom of speech. You push the Second Amendment. You push the Constitution, and y'all keep interrupting me. And guess what? I'm conservative too. Not American conservative. I'm a different type of conservative. But y'all won't even let me speak. It seems like the liberals let people talk more than the conservatives do, but we ain't gonna talk about that. What I'm saying is,
because a liberal gave bullet. What are you talking about?
Did it again. You did it again, and you're gonna keep talking about these policies. It's not a policy that I asked you if Donald Trump tells lies, and you said all politicians.
No,
do.
you're obfuscating. That's what you're doing.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. I didn't ask you if all politicians lie. I asked you, does Donald Trump tell lies?
You just did. What are you talking about? You just did.
No, he didn't.
Martin, will you stop bloviating over everyone?
He didn't. You can go off.
What were you saying?
What he said was, if somebody asked me, does Fatty lie? And he answered, everybody lies. We're talking about Fatty. Answer the question. Does Fatty lie? And the answer is yes. Yes, I lie sometimes. Yes, I don't have 15 inches. I have 12.
I thought Ollie did ask him if all politicians lie.
I can
but-
concede and
Ollie's
say I don't
question
know
was, do
that.
all
And be
politicians
honest
lie?
about this.
No, but
I honestly don't know, and I can tell you that being honest.
No, but Marte, that's the thing is, if I answer you the like, let's do this, right? Let's do this. Do you think Joe Biden had serial health issues when he was running, when he was president? Do you think that he was impaired mentally?
I strongly believe this. Yes.
Wow.
See, you see 1 second. Did you saw how
I'm consistent. How am I wrong about this? Because
CJ, you don't see what he just did, CJ?
Tom made an absolute claim. You guys are running through this.
I didn't hear the question and the answer.
We are not asking you to do an absolute
checkmate
response. What we're
That's
saying,
how it started.
No,
Tom was wrong
Marte,
about this, and I proved him wrong, and you guys don't like this.
Marte, what we're saying is that when it came to the opposition, you actually gave your opinion. At least you gave.
You don't like them.
At least you gave your opinion. I believe, and da 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 da. But when you ask about Donald Trump, to be or not to be,
y'all are in the cold.
No, what I said was I don't know. All I can tell you is I don't know, because I don't have evidence for this.
So you don't have
You're saying that I'm making these like broad brushing like statements that Donald Trump was never right.
You're making an absolute claim, Tom. You said he never
but
tells the truth.
Yes, and so are you. And you're saying that all politicians lie, and that is an absolute.
No, he just changed his answer. He said he doesn't know. He said he doesn't know now if Donald Trump lied.
Oh, he's changing
He said
it.
he don't know.
Okay.
He changed.
No,
he said,
I'm
I
not
don't know.
changing this.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't know, and that's consistent. What are you talking about, Tom? You said he never tells the truth. Did you not say this, Tom?
Yes, I did say this.
No, 1 second.
No,
1 second.
I didn't say he never tells the truth. I didn't say he never tells the truth. The super chat said Trump was right about everything. And I said Trump was right about nothing. And that's what you started attacking, is saying that I was,
you didn't bring up the super chat. You blatantly just said this without bringing up the super chat. You never brought
No,
it
he read the super chat. Fatty, I can play it back for you. Fatty read a super chat that said Trump was right about everything. And I said Trump is right about nothing.
Tom is correct.
That's an absolute claim.
Tom is wrong.
No, Tom is not correct.
Hey, 1 second.
John Henry, remedial education is free, by the way.
Ali, remember what
And you know what? You specialize in the conversation.
1 second, please. 1 second, John. And Ali, remember when we talk on the back about this type of situation? People will say different things, and the person will pick up the person that he thinks is easy to go at and ignore the strong topic. Tom said an absolute because he was on the comments. So you are right. And instead of focusing on the I ask and Ali ask because he's not the absolute and he's an opinion, now you went back on Tom because you think you can get away with that shit when you know if Ali asks you, do you think Trump is a liar? You are going to say, I don't know, when you literally said all politicians lie.
We can tell you Obama.
No, wait a minute. Those are two different questions. Hold on. Those are two different questions. Is somebody a liar and do they lie?
Call him out, CJ. Call him out.
Thank you. If somebody's a liar and do they lie is two different questions. Somebody can lie and not be considered a liar, first of all.
Thank you.
What?
Yes. And by the way,
somebody can tell a lie and not be considered a liar. We all lie.
Man.
Okay,
John Henry,
nobody need to take no Tylenol.
There was something else I wanted to take this back to. We're not gonna come to a conclusion. Can I please?
I'm not finished.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, CJ. No, CJ. How many lies do you have to say to be considered a liar?
They got to be consistent and habitual.
Okay. Donald Trump, like on
this one.
TJ.
Over 30,000.
The microphone is for you.
Sorry, that video isn't available in your.
I'm not talking to you. CJ, on conservative numbers, I'm not going to the extra liberal publications. On the most conservative of numbers,
18,000.
Donald Trump, like again, I'm cutting this by at least 70%. Donald Trump lied at least 5,000 times, at least, right? He's a person that lies 5,000 times in a period of 10 years, a liar.
Maybe. But, man, y'all need to...
Brother. Y'all going beyond disingenuous. Y'all just straight lying.
Y'all being
y'all are lying.
And I'm sick of it. Hold on, Jeremy. I'm tired of y'all being disingenuous against me and Marte. We've been right this whole conversation. Y'all want to keep moving the goalposts and telling us that we moving the goalposts.
John Henry, you should have sat this one out, bro.
And
Yeah,
John,
I'm sorry. I was
to
standing
show
on
off
your
his
neck
new
on this one,
beard. He
Marte.
wanted to show off his new beard, Marte. It looks good, John. But take
If
your
you can
next.
grow one, don't be a hater, CJ.
Oh my God.
You can't grow
Well,
one.
John looked like he got a
I
skunk
wanted
on his chin.
I wanted to take this back.
Y'all
I think
deflected.
it's not here now, and neither is what's her face. But I did have. She said that I was wrong about this. I have a list of the times that Donald Trump said that he was going to arrest Zuckerberg. He said that he was going to lock him up over donations that he made to the Democratic Party, over censoring information, COVID information, over censoring the laptop. He said that these were election interference. He had like numerous threats of locking him up. She said that she's reading articles saying that it never happened, but that's there's no fucking shot. And then on top of that, then as well, Jim Jordan's threatened to get him when Jim kept saying, give us evidence that they threatened you, and he kept saying, I'm not going to give you guys anything, I'm not making that claim. Eventually Jim Jordan
also, it's okay for
eventually
everybody else to
Jim
make
Jordan
absolute
threatened
claims except for
to
you,
charge
Tom.
him with contempt, and then Zuckerberg gave him emails that did not have pressure in them. Nothing in there was pressured, nothing in there, but even pressure is not the same as coercion, and the government is allowed to influence people. They are allowed to try to convince them of things. They are allowed to try to tell them they want them to do something, but they are not allowed to coerce them, which means that they're going to threaten them with a repercussion if they do not do what they're told. And that is what Trump does. That is not what the Biden administration ever did, and there is no evidence of this. Even Zuckerberg
There is
never claimed
evidence.
that.
What are you
Now,
talking about?
Marte, 1 second. Listen to by his own words. Look at the reporter asks, do you think Zuckerberg reaction right now is because of your threats? Do you think that your threats work? Look at his answer.
Probably. He's directly responding to the threats that you have made to him in the past. Probably.
Do you think his reaction right now is a reaction to the threats that you throw the team before? He said, yeah, probably. Is
speculative.
Is that an admission? Hey, Marte, is that
probably
an
is a speculative statement?
Is that an admission that he threatened?
That's not an admission. Probably is just speculation.
Brother.
Hold on. It's not the probably that matters. It's the fact that Trump is admitting that he has threatened them to do things. That is what matters. And so all that matters is that the government made the threat. Zuckerberg never said that they made a threat. Twitter never said that they made a threat. YouTube never said that they made a threat. And then on top of that, this went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court very clearly said there was never a threat of repercussions if they didn't do what they were told. The case got thrown out. It was already getting thrown out on standing, but they even went further into detail on how ridiculous this case was, because there was never even a threat in the first place.
The right answer should be, I never threatened you. What are you talking about? Right? But it's probably, and
no.
Remember, Patty, the same Marte that says that words matter, and if you use your words, it's an admission of guilt because testimony. And all of a sudden, is implying we should, I don't know if we should say it.
Patty is probably a definitive yes.
I didn't like you.
Again, it does. He's not, Marte, you're not responding to what he's saying. You're not responding to what he's saying.
No,
he's admitting that he personally.
No, it is not. Can y'all answer a question? Y'all was on Marte ad by answering questions, but now y'all can't answer
because the question doesn't respond to the point.
Let me answer the question. Let me answer the
because
question.
the probably is not.
Let me answer the question.
It's not definitive, right, Tom?
Let me answer the question.
Oh my goodness, you're not understanding, Marte. He's admitting that he did threaten them. That's it. That's all. The probably does not matter. The probably is the response to the threat. He is admitting that he did threaten them.
Yeah,
you're saying an omission is an omission, right? That's what your point is.
No, what did he omit? If he says they probably are responding to a threat, does that mean that he did make a threat and they may be responding to it? Or does that mean he probably made a threat? And he doesn't know if he made a threat?
Is it definitively a yes or no? It's not, Tom.
That's not what I asked. No. See, you're misunderstanding.
You're dancing
again.
around.
We're talking about two different things. No, I'm not. I'm going to explain it again. Marte, listen to the question this time, okay? There's two different things. There is what Trump said, and there is the response to it. What Trump said was a threat, and then the response to it is Zuckerberg possibly responding to it. They asked Trump, do you think Zuckerberg is responding to your threats? And Trump says, probably. He's not saying I didn't make threats. He's saying he's probably responding to my threats. How could Zuckerberg probably respond to Trump's threats if Trump never made a threat? How could that be? How could that be the case?
No, I can concede that, Tom. I can concede that. See,
Okay,
good
that was
faith
the point.
here. I'm conceding that. My point is it definitive in the secondary? What Fatty was talking about? No, it's not.
No, there's our point.
That's my point. I can concede to that.
No, Marte.
Right? But
Okay,
it
yeah,
doesn't
we
hurt
weren't
my
talking.
argument.
We weren't saying Zuckerberg was responding to it.
Marte, but you're flopping because on the beginning you said that if he said something, we should actually there's a testimony. Mark Zuckerberg, like he said that he was controlled by such and such. All of a sudden, now a few hours later, what he says is not he's not the testimony.
No, I actually just conceded. CJ, did you hear me concede to this and say yes?
No, please.
Oh,
Marte.
hold on, consistency again.
No, Marte.
Right. Shit.
Let me ask this to CJ. Hey, CJ. Hey, CJ. Do you think your dog behaving well is because you beat the shit out of him?
It could be a reason.
The correct answer is
I don't beat the shit out of my dog.
The correct answer is I don't beat my dog. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, he didn't say you did. He said he did.
No, but there's the point, right? The correct answer to somebody that doesn't do with this. I don't beat my dog. What the fuck are you talking about, Fatty? If you say probably, it's very fair for me to do an assessment, an educated guess that you beat your motherfucking dog. And this is once again what we're talking about in the beginning of the show. We here do educated opinions. If we are going to go by the do you have proof, nobody will get nowhere because most of the shit are resolved in dark rooms that you don't have access to.
No, I conceded this, Fatty. I agreed to Tom. How is this me not being consistent with what I originally said about evidence, not proof?
Let me say
Evidence.
Because
you're missing that.
Because you conceded
we need proof. We need proof in these conversations, Addy. Not proof, but evidence. We need at least evidence in these conversations.
Or at least the demonstration at minimum.
Demonstrate it.
CJ,
that's evidence. That is considered evidence.
Do women cheat more than men right now in 2025?
It's close, I think. But I'm not sure.
Prove it.
I don't have the proof.
No, prove it.
I don't have the proof.
Hey, none of our conversations.
No, this is disingenuous, Fatty. This is just.
Hey, Marte, 1 second.
You're making the claim.
Marte,
That's the difference. He's not making that claim. You are.
Marte, that's not my Marte. Listen carefully, please.
I'm changing. You're moving the goalposts here. You're being disingenuous.
Marte probably be my favorite debater because my boy's like a lawyer.
This is very disingenuous.
John, don't hate John. I see you getting ready to hate John. Get your ass back down.
He would be right if he made the claim, not you. He's not making the claim. You're making the claim and telling him to answer for your claim.
Okay. Now I will going to start talking when I close my mouth like for more than 3 seconds. Okay. We got it.
Fatty, real quick. If you would be right if he made the claim, not you, but you're making the claim and asking him for you. You realize that's different.
That's why I'm trying to explain you what is happening here.
Go ahead.
CJ is the Green Ranger, like of the Power Rangers. He's the Green Ranger of Dick and Pussy conversations. Right? He loves it. He loves it.
The White Ranger, Fatty. The White Ranger.
I need to be quiet again. And remember, on Sunday, I whooped your motherfucking asses. Everybody told me to chill. Today, I'm chilling and you guys are jumping on me. I will warning you. I'm staying. Fight Club Fatty is like seconds. It's like inches away.
All right, I'm gonna show up on Sunday then. You better be there, Fatty.
Because this is.
I can't wait to Sunday. I hope Sunday comes real quick.
I'm just pointing it out to the crowd. I'm just pointing it out to the crowd. So when you see the Fatty from 2022, you understand what happens, right? It's just for you.
Bring him back, Fatty, please.
Yes, I'm just
y'all don't want him.
Bring that mother.
Y'all don't want him.
I'm just trying to be nice. So what I'm saying is this.
No, don't be nice. Bring him back because I'm ready. I got
it's just a panel.
And I'm the White Ranger, not the Green Ranger, Fatty. But go ahead, finish your analogy.
I don't even understand why we're still arguing this. Like Martinez the point.
You know what, Tom? I agree with you. Let's move on from this. Can we move on from this?
I agree. Patty had an example here.
I don't want to do the.
Patty's losing right now. Let's move on from this. Patty, take a L.
Okay.
I just want to say this is what Ali was.
Your lion eyes, Mate.
I don't know who Mate is, but yeah, go ahead, John Henry. You should have sat this one out. Go ahead, Fatty.
Right. Your lying eyes, man.
No, you got it. You guys got it.
That's pretty gay to be
ahead.
looking into another man's eye. But anyways, Fatty, what were you saying? Let's continue on the subject. While you
That's
look
called
deeply in my
autism
eyes,
when
John,
you don't look.
very weird.
That's called autism when you can't look people in the eyes.
It's not even that. It's like just a lack of respect. Y'all wouldn't do that shit.
Go ahead, Fatty.
They're like, y'all will definitely not do, because y'all, when I see most of y'all on other panels, and y'all shut the fuck up when these people with cloud are talking with y'all.
I know you're not. No, I'm consistent on other panels, Fatty.
Maybe I didn't say Marte, but like I said, I don't mute. I'm not using the mute button. I'm not using the videos, and y'all keep doing that shit. Been doing that shit.
Fatty, you do use the mute button. When you play these little clips,
Ray, let him talk, bro.
Is off.
Let him talk,
CJ,
bro.
does it say your mute button's off when he plays these clips?
Let him
How
talk,
is that not
bro.
a mute button? You're gonna take an L today, Fatty.
Oh Jesus!
But let's move on from this.
No,
This is
because
trivial
that's
stuff.
there's comedy in that, and you got to do things for clips. You can start speaking right after. I got to disagree with you on that one. I actually
we can
like
use
the
the mute
clips,
button for clips.
even
I agree.
if I'm getting interrupted.
Sorry, Atina, you didn't do nothing wrong, but you were talking. It's going to start now, okay? It's going to start now. From now on, if I'm talking and you overtalk me, I'm going to drop you and bring you back right back again. No mute, no nothing. I'll make sure. And don't leave when I drop you, pretending that I kick you off the show, right? I'm just doing it. No. From now on today, okay? If I'm talking, of course you can interrupt me. If this is a persistent thing, I will put you on the back like other content creators do, and I'm going to finish my point and then I'll bring you up. Okay, this is oppression. Okay,
I'm gonna leave and say
But
this is cancel
sometimes you're
culture.
real quiet, Fatty. Today, your mic has been real quiet.
It's
today.
because you know why? Because on the beginning of the show, they said that my mic was blasting, and because I don't want to overtalk people with the God mic, I brought my mic down because I'm trying to be nice, right?
Oh
and
my God!
Jeremy, am I lying?
You are 100% correct.
I literally brought my
CJ,
mic
you
down.
know he was right. You know that was right.
I literally brought my mic down so they can actually talk. And now he sees oh my God, because I did it, right? I did it. What I'm going to say is just the point so we can move on. And we're not going to stay for a while. We close it out in 20 minutes. CJ is the king of dick and pussy conversations. And most of his claims are not factual. Most of his claims are opinions. And he understands what is giving an educated opinions, an opinion with nuance, an opinion with based in observation, an opinion with based in statistics, is still an opinion. As soon as you start talking politics with him, either you are having proof or you don't have proof. So next time you are on a dick and pussy on conversation and Atina says, prove it. Prove it. Prove it that woman are not submissive. Prove it that prove it that like you are going to actually have to do it. And if you give an opinion, I don't care if it's based on nothing. If the opinion is not 100% of fact and is immutable, irrefutable, like you are going to have to eat that shit because once again, it's kind of funny that everybody has educated opinion about women, but when it comes to politics, nobody can have an educated opinion about their team or the opinion on the other side. I don't get it. Go ahead, CJ. You have the ability to respond.
Thank you.
No, you don't. Go ahead, Jeremy. You got this.
All right. So I wasn't expecting that. All right. So I'll say, as far as like what we were talking about earlier, as far as the whole council culture, everything. Here's the problem. The problem with council culture is that when corporations get involved and when people outside of the corporations get involved, now we got a problem. The reason why it's such a big issue with the TikTok everything and people getting fired and some people like it, some people don't, is simply because people started doxing people. They took it too far. They started finding them, going to their job and making it seem like they were so hurt that the person that delivers their packages said something. Now, it's a difference between just saying something and it's another difference between being your job. Jimmy Kimmel, that was his job. Andrew Schultz said it best. He did a little short reel about it. And he's like, they're comedians. They're supposed to do that. When comedians can't tell jokes, that's when you know we're going down the wrong road. I'm a conservative, 100%. But I do not agree with what Trump does sometimes. I don't like how the administration sometimes oversteps but I do believe in what they're trying to do. But it's hard to do that when we have issues like this across the board. So what do? What can we do? Because at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, it's people overstepping their boundaries. Then we get mad when people get mad back at us, and then they want to do something to us.
It's when they decide, right? But Jeremy,
right.
This is my thing, right? For example, I've been following politics for like heavy on politics for like 10, 12 years, right? And one of my favorite, like I watched the Young Turks. I watched when our son was just sing nephew, right? The David Peckmans, the secular talks, all these people, right? And one policy that everybody on that side pushed was no money in politics, right? So when this David Peckman situation happens, when he's getting money from this dark source telling him to not talk about Israel and all that shit, I am willing to concede, hey, this is not admissible. You can be running on take money out of politics because these people are going to do your bidding, and then you're getting money from these companies and doing these companies bidding. I think it's just consistency, right? The thing is, when we start talking about these situations, especially with Trump supporters, I'm sorry, it's not with the conservative, it's especially with Trump supporters. There's no standard, there's no principle. Like the principle was here when it happened to your team, and now we move it to the other team. Like we talk about religion all the time. What do they say, Tom, to us? If you are not religious, you don't have morals because everything depends. And then for them, the people that are conservative, the people that are religious, it always depends. If something happens on their side, if, for example, Destiny get demonetized and has to go to Rumble, this is what you get. If somebody from the Candace Owens get demonetized, you see, they prosecuting Candace because she has conservative opinions. This is what we're talking about, in my opinion. Y'all should be the principled ones. If y'all have principles and morals because of Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and y'all and we are the immoral people and all that shit, I believe that y'all should stand so you can have the moral high ground. And just to actually land this, I will say this and then you got it, right?
Yeah.
If I am having a conversation and we are seeing all these people that were so against cancel culture for the last 5 years because the Democrats had the gun, so they were afraid of getting got by the Democrats. And now that shit flips. You are the one actually pushing for this because this is going to actually benefit your team. What do you think is going to happen in 4 years if the Democrats win? In 3 years and something? Right? What do you think? Like, this is the Pandora box. This is open up. What did I say that is wrong, CJ?
Okay, so if anybody, when I had these women and men conversations, dick and pussy, as you call it, if I say something that's non-factual, you can call me out on it and say, bring me the proof. And I will say, I don't have the proof. I'll take that statement back until I get proof. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it's just like when we have those conversations, they ban us. Women ban us from their channels, from TikTok, from Instagram, but men welcome the women to their channels all the time. And but if we started kicking them off of our channels when they disrespected us, they couldn't cry and complain about how mistreated they were getting when they did the same thing to us for years. They would have to take it and say, you know what, we did this to the men. Now the men got the gun, so they're going to retaliate by doing the same thing. It's completely fair. It's a completely fair thing to do.
CJ, it's not about fairness. It's about principles. Remember, for example,
principle. Don't tell me I got to keep holding high ground.
Let me explain what principles are. I go on TikTok and they fuck me up. They mute me. They call me names. They drop me. They do all that. And when I invite to the show the same people that did that shit to me, I don't do that to them because it's my principle. I won't silence tomfoolery because I went to tomfoolery TikTok and somebody fucked me up there. This is my principle. I stand on it and I get the moral high ground because if you are doing something that I see as an appalling behavior, I will never become the man that hates woman just because 7 women ate men and they hated me.
Hey, that was a hypothetical. Make that clear, please. That was a hypothetical.
This is an hypothetical, right? This is the hypothetical.
Nah, I sent it. Prove it. Prove it was hypothetical.
Right. So the thing is, CJ, is not
about demonstrate it.
It's not about fair. It's about having the moral high ground. Because, for example, before,
yeah, but Fatty, there is a difference though between like sometimes people don't hold something as a principle. So like I don't think that people should engage in violence. I think that just generally I will say that. But if somebody engages in violence on me, I will engage in violence on them. I will engage in like what is a response to them. And so I think that yes, I think that lots of times if I think that the best way to do things is where nobody's violent, that's the way that I want things. But if I also think that the best way to do things is where everybody is able to talk and everybody's able to share their opinions, but every time I go onto conservative shows, they kick me off every time, mute me every time, talk over me every time. I after a while, I'm probably going to start doing it to them. I don't want to let like they're not going to continue to censor.
And hold on, and one more thing.
Whoa,
one more thing. And it was a such thing as an eye for an eye. You did this to me, you most likely this thing is going to happen to you.
Perfect.
We're acting like that thing didn't exist.
Perfect. No, TJ, I agree, right? But let me actually push it a little bit. Destiny is doing what you are actually asking for.
What?
Destiny, most people don't even understand what Destiny is doing. Destiny is saying, if every time I look at y'all, and y'all, see you later, Marta, I appreciate you, brother. If like for years, I keep asking these people that are on the other side of the aisle to chill, and y'all are doing the Trayvon Martin challenge and the George Floyd challenge, and you are going crazy. You are saying the N-word in public just to get reactions. You are doing all this shit. I will do the same shit as y'all, so y'all know exactly how he feels, and I'm going to double down, triple down, quadruple down, like he's going to go. And this is his point. If you actually watch Destiny for a while, you would understand that he's not doing that shit because he probably feels like it. He's saying, y'all did that shit to us. We tried to be nice. Y'all didn't want to de-escalate the situation, so I'm going to show you how y'all look every time I say something incredible, and now y'all on the Twitters complaining like snowflakes. Right? CJ, why aren't these people like you on the right saying, you know what? Destiny has the right to eye for an eye. Since we have the eye for an eye rule, whereas if people treat me like shit, I will double down on them. Why is Destiny, right, that being clowned by the right and the dildo jokes and the blue hair and all this shit, why is Destiny not have the right to come at people and says, you know what? I will fuck you up just like you tried to fuck me up, and I'm going to use the most deplorable jokes just like you did to me. Go ahead and explain that. Why is Destiny?
Whose chat is Jeffrey Todd? Jeffrey Todd, come say that to my face, homie. Come to my chat. You think that before? Go ahead and make your excuses for why you can't, Jeffrey. But
who is
why don't you come? I don't know. I keep seeing him in chat. The last one is Tom is a lying sack of shit. Like lying sack of shit, always scum leftist, muting people. I have 20 VODs on my channel that you can watch of me getting kicked off and muted nonstop on all conservative channels. So I never do it on my channel.
So the thing about that is most men were trying to give him advice before he went. He was the one that was acting like we were wrong. He was the one acting like we were giving him false information, attacking the red pill, attacking the manosphere. I got my girl and we got an open relationship and you guys are wrong and you guys need to shut the hell up and blah, blah, blah. And men were telling him that's probably not a good idea. Your girl's probably going to leave you, which she did. And when people say, I told you, y'all mad at us for telling them?
Okay, I got CJ. That's totally
hold on.
He's talking about with the violence.
Right. But I got to push back for him. I got to push back for you real quick, CJ. So
go ahead, CJ.
The one thing that was the issue with Destiny, because I have watched them too. I'm across the board. I watch a lot of people so I can get a different point of view. They could not beat him when it came to debate. So it was nothing left that they could do except for tell him. No, they weren't, CJ. No, they weren't.
CJ, Jeremy is one of the quiet.
No, that's my guy. I like
and see, if you jump him too, it's not fair.
I'm a fan of Jeremy already.
I'm not gonna jump nobody, Fatty. I gotta respect your channel.
I know, but he was going to jump you. That's why let Jeremy lay this play.
All right. All I'm gonna say is that majority, let's say that majority, he was good at articulating his language so that he could successfully win majority of the time. From what I saw, his long 12-hour streams and things like that. But the issue is that now, well, he had bad faith actors over there, guys. Like it wasn't like people like you, Ray, that was just not gonna let him finish, like just kill him. You know, but he was actually trying to like have a conversation with people so that he could prove his point. It wasn't a middle ground there. But going back to the main conversation, the issue with Destiny is that now people are saying everything that they said that was going to happen is happening, and he's not handling it well. He's not the same thing that he was doing to people. He can't stand them doing it to him. That's what the issue is over there. This the whole demonetization thing, unfortunately, it ain't got nothing to do with nobody. That's all YouTube. That's
no,
100%
Destiny's
YouTube.
been arguing for people to die. He basically
I understand, but he's been doing the same thing for years.
One second, because y'all don't. One second, because y'all don't have pushback. Destiny's taking this shit like a G. Got demonetized. Oops.
Taking it.
No, like on the last 3 weeks, a ton of people got demonetized. Big content.
Yeah, he didn't cry about it.
Like he been incredible, right? And you know what happened to Destiny? Oops, I got demonetized. It is what it is. On the criticism, you try to fuck with him. As soon as there's a news, you can literally count it 10 seconds until he has the most deplorable tweet about clowning the situation that happened. He is doubling down. A person that doesn't take it well is going to be a victim. Oh my God, I'm political prosecute. Look at, he's doubling and tripling down. He's saying, oh, you want to play this game? I'm going to see where the rope breaks. So no, he is actually fighting. And
but even on top of that, it's not like
hold on, Tom. Hold on. See how he get to just hop in before we had our hand up the whole time. Now, Destiny was getting.
Wait, you spoke, he spoke, you spoke, he spoke.
You're gonna have to scream, right? You're gonna have to scream,
and then I started talking.
Destiny was getting his ass with the debates the whole time, man. Destiny wasn't.
You want to talk about what you want to talk about?
That was the first thing we were talking about, man.
Hey, CJ, who was beating Destiny in debates on a regular? And Marte, be quiet for a second. Let's actually prove the point to CJ.
Everybody, fresh and fit, was whooping his ass. Fuck it, I think my boy, what's his name? What's his name? The boy Marte.
Andrew Wilson.
Andrew Wilson was whooping his ass.
DJ, stop.
Andrew
We are talking. Destiny is a political commentator. Motherfucker was bored, came to the Red Pill space, did a season here, and bounced back to what he was doing. Right? So we are not going to count. It's like me being a golf commentator. I'm a basketball player. I don't know anything about golf.
Daddy, don't try to disqualify who I said.
Can you stop, please, so I can finish? What I'm
saying.
Nah,
it was open season on Red Pill.
He is a political commentator, and he was beating everybody else on debate. Might not be because he's right. He's just a good debater, just like Andrew Wilson. A lot of times I don't agree with it, but technically he's beating people on debates because he's better with words than other people. So what I'm saying is this.
Peace, Fatty.
Since he was, I appreciate you, John, and shout out to your barber. He did a good job. Shout out to your barber.
Jeremy, the beard is popping, brother.
Best debater of the day. John,
yeah, I like the skunk, bro.
Hey, I better keep my girl away from John. Feel me? My girl is not watching this while John is on.
He came in here, said what he had to say, and got out of here. I love it.
You know, this man is living his life. So CJ, what I'm saying is that you are not going to find 5 people that beat Destiny. You are not, bro. It's just
Piers Morgan beat Destiny. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, we're talking about
he actually did.
For the love of God, can we not talk about like who beat who? Like it's all so subjective. Like the point is like people are mad at him for using like violent rhetoric, and what Jeremy was saying is that the Donald Trump was constantly making fun of people who were getting attacked and dying. So was Steven Crowder, so was Charlie Kirk, so was Candace Owens, so was everybody on the right across the board. But every single time a death happens, it is all of the Democrats across the board, all of the politicians, all of the big influencers, everybody across the board on the Democrat side, every time is just saying, yes, I condemn this, violence is bad, blah, blah, blah. But it is like some random TikToker that's 15 years old with blue hair that they're going to go find and say, look, they're encouraging violence. While all of the top influencers on the Republican side, the top Republicans and politicians on the Republican side are all going to do this every single time. But the one time that Destiny is the biggest content creator that has done this sort of thing in years, and it's nowhere close to what it is that people on the Republican side have done, they all freak out and he immediately gets demonetized for it.
And just to wrap it up, because we're going to bounce, I am honest, right? I don't believe in free speech like that. I actually believe in hate speech. I believe that if I am running a company and I find out there's a man on my company that is on Discord saying fuck woman and woman shouldn't be on positions of power and woman this and woman that, and he is literally either a jar or somebody that is going to promote woman, I can have you on my company. I'm sorry, because it should be a meritocracy. I don't care about your political beliefs or your personal beliefs. If there's a woman in my company that is competent enough to get the job, I can have you around here having that way of thinking, and that goes for a racist, that go for whatever, right? But the thing is, and one thing that I don't appreciate on both sides, like, can we agree like both sides hate cancel culture? They love cancel culture. When Colin Kaepernick was mean, they love that motherfucker never got a job back. They love it. They like when the NBA players were mean and having Black Lives Matter, motherfuckers, you need to shut up and dribble. If I was the owner, I will kick you. Like, they love it. People
They tried to
love
cancel
it.
Eminem. They tried to cancel Madonna. They tried to cancel Britney Spears. They tried to cancel. They tried to get people fired from their jobs for saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. Like,
yes. So
you're confusing cancel culture with capitalism. Conservatives won't support what you say. They won't support your business if you say something they don't like. They won't support.
That's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's
a hater, man.
Push Fatty, since you say you don't push mute buttons, but go ahead.
No, wait, CJ.
Exactly, because I was in the middle of speaking and he do that to mute me while I'm middle of talking.
Wait, CJ, please, for the love of God, CJ, please just define what you mean by
so
cancel culture.
capitalism is a way to. That's what we believe in. Most people, they say, hey, if you support something I don't support, I don't have to support your business. I don't have to support your way of living. We don't say you don't have the right to say whatever you have to say. You have the right to say whatever you have to say, but we won't support you while you say it. Those are two different things. That's not cancel culture. Cancel culture is if you say this, we're going to cancel everything that you believe. We're going to cancel. You don't even have the right to say this thing.
I'm sorry, what does cancel? Yes, what does cancel culture mean? It normally means that they're going to deplatform you, that they're going to get you fired, that you're like, this is cancel culture. Huh? No, that is cancel culture. Cancel culture means a large group of people all at once taking away support, taking away likes, taking away follows, taking away your job.
You included rights. Nobody said rights. Me going to buy your thing.
No, I said likes.
Wait a minute.
I didn't say rights.
Me not buying your item is not cancel culture.
CJ, I didn't say rights.
You have the right to hold on, Tom. You
I didn't say rights.
You did say that.
I didn't say rights. No, I didn't. I said likes. I said likes.
One second.
Like on a video, take away your likes, or like
the
on
definition.
A tweet, your likes.
The definition of cancel culture is this: a form of social ostracism where support is withdrawn from someone due to objectable actions or options. And the way they do that is typically by online communities, especially on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Most of the time, they target celebrities, influencers, brands, politicians, and sometimes everyday individuals. That is the definition.
And by the way, Jeremy, there's a great
cancel culture exists because of capitalism.
Man, I'm out of here, man. Hey, I try to be better this time, man. I don't know if it worked.
No, CJ, let me just say this and then you got it right. No, CJ. Like, come on, man. Y'all, I fuck with y'all or fuck with me. This is why I'm going to be a review channel, because I just can do this 3 times a week. I'm sorry, but I love y'all. So this is what I was like. For example, what happened with the Dixie Chicks? I think that's the band, right? Like, I don't know if you guys remember when it was the Iraq War, and they said fuck George Bush. Hey, fuck this shit, y'all need to be joking, and they were actually right. A few years later, that we kind of know there was no weapons of mass destruction, no nothing. They were kind of right. And what happened to them is they got death threats, they got canceled, that shit took a massive hit. Like, they were literally the martyrs because they decided to go against what the Republican Party and more people that are more conservative were trying to do, which is being patriotic and you don't talk about the leader in whatever the name is of the people, the person that George Bush in times of war, right? That's cancel culture. Or Kaepernick, that's cancel culture. Or Target, when Target was selling LGBT shit and people were saying, I'm not going to Target and we're going to cancel them because I don't like the LGBT propaganda. Why can we admit that if it is applied against our enemies, most people are okay. Most people are okay with fascism. Most people are okay with extermination. No, that's a little bit too much. But most people are at least okay with their some people facing dire consequences if it's people that they don't fuck with or people that are against them. Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
These are people against ideas, not against certain brands. When we're talking about this, you need to delineate these two and make these different. So they're canceling ideas, right? Not the brand itself as far as like the company. We can separate these two.
So the
These
left
two
is just
different
canceling
things.
racist ideas. That's it. They're just canceling racist ideas or transphobic ideas or homophobic
canceling
ideas.
rhetoric.
It's not
Yeah.
the same thing.
Black Lives Matter dropped Target's whole stock, but it didn't have nothing to do with the company. Gotcha.
No, what I'm saying, it's the rhetoric. It's not against
Yes,
their
we
things that
agree.
they sell. It's not
We
because
agree.
they
They
sell polish
leverage
at a store.
They leverage
It's
their
the
company
rhetoric that they're
against the rhetoric.
That's not cancel
Yes.
culture.
No, that is he literally just read the definition of cancel culture. Cancel culture is basically using capitalism.
Yeah, definitions
or
are
using
not an absolute,
some sort.
but anyways.
Okay,
which
so give
is
me a different
fact.
definition then. Give me a different definition because when you say it's not an absolute, what you just said like fits perfectly into the definition. It is exactly what you just read.
Mr.
So give me a different
Fantastic in the
definition
chat.
that makes it to where what you said doesn't fit in there.
Mr. Fantastic in the chat said there's a reason why the word boycott is different. Now, boycott did happen to Target, but it was an effect of cancel culture. So you're right. You are right. But it started with the cancel culture and it evolved into a boycott. I will give you that. You are correct.
Well, no, boycotting is a part of cancel culture.
Yes, they walk hand in hand. Yeah.
Right, because the first thing that people want something to happen is your pocket. They want to hurt your pocket. That's why they call your employer. That's why to demonetize.
Well, hold on. I wanted Marte to answer the question. I wanted a definition that does not include everything that you just said.
What does include money or capitalism? The Dixie Chicks were canceled. Nobody was buying their concert tickets. Nobody was like listening to their songs. It's monetary. We are going to take you out of here and we're going to make your pockets bleed.
You're using a hyperbole here. So if I have an idea that I don't like because you're fascist and I don't like fascist ideas, that's not cancel culture. That's me just having a difference of opinion. I'm not canceling because I disagree with fascism.
You keep moving.
Hold on, Patty, please, for the love of God, please. I just wanted to give it.
Yeah, you both are confused right now, but go ahead.
No, you are giving what is not. Give us
so much confusion right now between you two.
No, Fatty, please. I just want him to give it the fucking definition.
Yeah, your brain's exploding, Tom. Let it explode. Just feel the explosion.
Aneurysm.
Yes, because he's
explosion.
He keeps letting him pivot off. I don't want to pivot off. I want a definition.
All right, I'm getting out of here, Fatty. Hey, great show, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Man.
Good to see you, CJ.
See you, CJ.
All right, my boy Jeremy. Hey, I'm gonna follow you, brother.
10-4. Appreciate it.
I'll follow you too, Jeremy.
I appreciate it.
Marte, give us the definition instead of saying that's not the definition.
I think cancel culture is, I would say, in my best definition I can give, is when the public rallies together for the termination of a person or group.
Okay, and how do they do that? How do they do it?
No, now you're saying how do they? I gave you a definition. Now you want
No,
further.
No, I agree.
Hold on,
that's a
you're
fine
not happy with the
definition.
definition?
No, I'm fine with
You
the
agree with the
definition.
definition,
I'm saying your definition falls into our definition. It is the same thing. So how do they do it?
No, semantics are extremely important, Tom. Let's remember this, semantics. So if I don't like your idea and I vocalize my dislike of your idea, that's not saying that I want this company terminated or people terminated.
How do
That's
they
not
know?
saying
You don't have to say
different.
Hold on, you don't have to say that you want them terminated, but the company can feel as though it is best in their best
it's
interest.
feelings. That's
to get rid
subjective.
of.
You're using a very subjective metric when you say feelings.
Okay, so you can tell me if you disagree with me. Just let me finish it. So the company can feel as though it is in their best interest to get rid of you if so many people dislike you and they think it could be bad for business. And so that is generally how cancel culture works. Is so many people are so displeased with somebody that the company says, you know what, this is going to be bad for business for us to keep this person. We got to go ahead and get rid of them. So to me, your definition still falls under exactly what we're calling cancel
what
culture.
you're doing is I can actually have a consistent measure of this. What you're talking about is something very subjective. It's a third party. You're talking about me in the idea. Now the company, which is a third party, is now making their final decision, which is you can what I'm doing is I'm separating. I'm creating a distinction now. So if I was to say I don't like your Islamic ideas that you have in your company, I can say this. The company is now making a decision on their own, absent, and I could separate these two. They're making their final decision, but the culture can be outside of this.
Sure.
Me
Well, so we're
saying that I
talking
don't
about
like
the
Islamic
effects of
ideas,
cancel culture. So
that's
just
not
the same as
necessarily
like
cancel culture.
Okay,
it's not. We're saying that it is an outcome of cancel culture, just the same as like if a bunch of people don't like your ideas, there's people who canceled me a couple of times over things that I said, and I immediately lost like 90% of my audience. That was them not liking my ideas. My entire fucking career just kind of disappeared overnight because they didn't like my ideas. That is like the same thing.
I'm with you, Tom. I believe the opposite is true. I think the side effect of people losing their jobs can be cancel culture, but I don't think that people's opinions of disliking Islamic ideas is cancel culture. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think the
Sure,
opposite
I don't
is
think
true.
each individual is not correct. So each individual is not
right
because
I
one
agree with
person
that.
one person expressing displeasure of something, that's not cancel culture. It is
That's
the
my
overall
argument. That's what I'm
broad
saying.
group
Yes.
all acting as one, doing it together.
Well,
But each individual is not doing cancel
But
culture.
this is why the
The
conversation.
outcome is cancel culture. I would agree
Right.
with that.
It is
Would you agree
a
with me on that?
cultural movement.
But
Correct.
that's where, like, I don't want to use the word disingenuous, but it is. Cancel culture for the most part is let's hurt this person's pockets. That's all it is.
No, you're applying a motive and intention.
But we are like it happened with Kaepernick, it happened with Nick Fuentes, it happened with Fresh and Fit, it happened with Destiny. People are rejoicing the fact that he lost the monetization. He still has 10,000 people watching his shit. Nothing.
Yeah, but you're saying that they're celebrating the cancel culture.
Yes,
the celebration
yes.
isn't the cancel culture.
Yeah, but Tom, but that's the thing.
Right, Tom's right.
1 second, please. If I want to get slim and be slim is the result, I do things that is going to conduct me by my final goal of me being slim. If we're going to be honest and objective about what they wanted about Kaepernick, what they wanted about Destiny, what they wanted about Nick Fuentes, what they want about Fresh and Fit, all of these people still have massive microphones. Massive. Fresh and Fit, Destiny. What they are celebrating is we got you out of here because you now can get to.
I agree, but the distinction that Marte is making is that no one individual got him fired. That it was an overall collective that got him fired.
And who are those people? Who are those people? People on the right or people on the left?
The people on the right. But
Yeah,
that's what. But
for example, Colin
yes.
Kaepernick. Who was
Yes,
there?
correct. Yeah, so I'm saying we're just getting the definition down. Now that we've got like the definition down, we all seem to agree. Now, yes, like it is the point is that like especially throughout the 90s, I have a whole video on the fact that like the right, I grew up a very Christian conservative. We invented cancel culture. We cancel people for got people fired for saying happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas at stores. We got people, everybody tried getting Eminem dropped from his record label, Madonna, Dixie Chicks, Britney Spears. They were the ones who got rating systems put onto all movies to restrict who could or couldn't get into each movie so that they didn't see violence or cuss words or things like that. They like the majority, the idea of like cancel culture in leveraging people's businesses and trying to like change things based on this overall collective. This started like very much in the 80s and 90s with Christian conservatives, and the left definitely picked up on that in the 2000s and started leveraging it as well.
So I would say something also as well. So when support is withdrawn, that can take many different forms. So it could result as someone having to give out an apology, because cancel culture at first was forcing someone to come back and say, I'm sorry, I changed my ways, I'm going to rehab. But now because of extra bagging and more influential people or more volumes of people are actually now starting to get on the same bandwagon, it's evolved into an actual counseling of the person, losing job, losing money, losing the ability to have your house. It's turned into something really, really ugly, because it started off as we want an apology. We don't like what you said, to see if we can get you to bend the knee. Now it's turned into bending the knee ain't good enough. Off with his head.
It's kind of sometimes though, it's not necessarily like it, like again, because it's not always the motive. So like I
Right.
do agree that like especially recently the motive was to get Destiny deplatformed, to get all of these people doxxed and fired from their jobs. Like that is definitely the motive, but it's not necessarily always the motive, because especially with the left, there were a lot of times where somebody might just come out and say something that was racist, right? I can't remember the fat lady who used to do the like ABC show back in the day, Roseanne. Roseanne said some like really anti-Semitic stuff back in the day, and all everybody did was just cover it and be like, yes, this is really anti-Semitic. And she got her entire show dropped and got canceled because of it. And it wasn't necessarily the intent, but it was the outcome anyways, because like they saw that this was going to be bad for their brand to keep her on. And so it's not always the intent to get them dropped off, but lots of times it definitely is. And that has been the case with as of recent. And I think that if things were applied equally, I think from my perspective as somebody on the left, liberals have worked really hard to get rid of this like toxic cancel culture sort of thing on the left over the last like 5 or 6 years. And we did a pretty successful job at it. And then now it's being picked up by the right. But again, it's not like even on the left, it was like the small little minions who were doing this shit, never the big leaders. Now on the right, it is the big leaders who are going after people, doxing people, going after their jobs, going after their careers. And it's a drastically more malicious sort of thing than I think we've seen in the past.
I'm going to give some light pushback. I do agree with what you're saying, but I do believe that the cancel culture movement started off as accountability, and now it has been abused. A lot of people in the chat are also saying that same thing, and I agree with it, because they just want to change behavior. Unfortunately, now, because it has got so much steam behind it, now when someone does that, people could lose their livelihoods. And I think that it's not so much that the Republican Party or the Conservative Party have now mutated this. I think it mutated over time. And now that they're using it, the conservative side is using it, it's a different monster now. It used to be a puppy, now it's a full-grown wolf, and it can actually do some damage to people.
Yeah, you're talking about an overcorrection, Jeremy, right?
Yes, correct. Absolutely.
Yes.
But I mean, essentially, like killing people, that's like cancel culture taken to the extreme. And we look at all of these people who are being killed. I mean, how are you saying the left is
okay, I mean, if you want to go there, like again, like all the statistics are going to show that the right wings are committing by far the majority of political violence. That we only had like a couple months ago, somebody tried to kill, killed Hortman and her husband, tried to kill Hoffman and her husband, then they were going to kill Walls. We had pipe bombs sent to Obama, Hillary, Kamala, 13 other Democrats.
Tom, do you believe this?
1 second, Marte. Tom, stay on Trump and Trump Jr. When
well, I was gonna say, yeah, Pelosi's husband got attacked with a hammer. They all made fun of him, and Charlie Kirk told his audience to go bail the guy out. Like there's when George Floyd got killed, they all constantly made memes about it. You know, Steven Crowder did his little show about it. Like it's just a very common thing where studies show that it's somewhere between 80 to 95% of political murders come from the right in America, excluding jihad.
But that's the problem. It's not a left or right thing.
If we get a consensus right now, the public would not agree with you, Tom.
Just 1 second, because I know what you're going to do.
I don't care about the public. I care about the studies, and the studies actually show.
I don't care about your studies.
Hold on. Let me finish my
sways
statement.
courts and sways everything else. What are you talking about?
Okay, so if you guys are, that's because the right is spreading misinformation. I'm here to correct it. So the left is responsible for like 99%.
Too. Hold them accountable as well.
The left is responsible for like 99% of property damage, and the left keeps saying that the right is responsible for the majority of political violence. They're not. The left is probably responsible for more instances of political violence. The right is responsible for the majority of political murders.
You got to break that down different, Tom. Break it down a little bit more, because you lost me a little bit.
Let me just say this before. Let me just say this, because I don't want them to pivot. Right. Let's focus. For example, what happened to Nancy Pelosi husband, Trump Jr. put a picture on Twitter with.
Well, wait, I want to.
No, I got you, Tom. But because I know what you're going to do, they're going to say, but, right? I just want to
Well, no, I
acknowledge
wanted
that.
to know what the confusion was.
No, he said for you to explain.
Jeremy said,
market policy.
"Yeah, I'm asking what Jeremy. What part were you asking me to break down?" You said that it.
I guess my confusion is that it seems as if, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll make it really quick so if I can get this point out. You're saying that it got violent when the Republicans or the conservatives got hold of it, but before then it was just mostly like damage to property, like when liberals.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. I said that
Yes.
the left is saying that the majority of political violence comes from the right. That is
Okay.
incorrect. The majority of political violence comes from the left. But the political violence that the left engages in is property damage. They have 99% of political violence against property, whereas the right has like 90% of political violence that engages in murders. And so they have like 90% of the murders that occur.
And you're talking about the quote unquote lone wolves and things like that when they have those type of instances. That's what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay.
And what I was saying was that if this is not pushed by both sides, and when I say both sides is they might be talking it, but if we are going to talk about the right not engaging in this shit, you can see by Trump Jr. behavior and Donald Trump, I'm not even going to talk about the funeral service. I hate them. I don't give a right? Like they made fun of an assassination attempt to Nancy Pelosi husband with the hammer. And literally, Donald Trump Jr. put a picture of a hammer and some old man undergarments, whatever, right? To make fun of that shit. Donald Trump made fun of that shit. Charlie Kirk
Trump make fun of it. Yeah.
Like, if that's not what you say is condemning and condoning. I don't know if condoning. If that's not condoning violence and saying, hey, our political opponents are being literally targeted and are on the hospital right now, and if this is not an admission that y'all, when I say y'all, the right is okay with actually violence when it's made against the people that they disagree, why would the president of the United States and his son that are in positions of power make fun about this shit? Why would Charlie Kirk tell you to go bail out a man that literally tried to kill that man with a hammer? Like, why would they do that? Athena and Marte, why would they do that?
So I'm just going to present this right now. It's a quote from Hillary, right?
What about Hillary? What about Obama?
Come on, Martine. Stay on subject.
No,
stay on subject, Martine.
No.
You want to talk about
I want
our
to see
side,
the
but don't
quote.
want to hold
I want to
yours
see the
accountable.
quote. I want to
Go
see the
ahead.
quote. Show me the quote. I want to see the quote.
Oh man, you let them wiggle out.
You know what? No, I won't wiggle out. Let's stay on topic, Tom. Let's stay on topic. I'll be good faith. Okay, let's be genuine here. Fatty, reinstate your question. Go ahead.
My question is, if the right is against political violence, why did Charlie Kirk said to the man that attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband with the hammer that people should bail him out? Why would Trump Jr. put a picture of some undergarments? I don't know the word, like old man undergarments,
Underwear
with
and a hammer, and say that this is his Halloween costume. Donald
Yeah,
Trump made fun of it, saying that the Nancy Pelosi had a wall. It didn't
You're
seem
talking
to
about
work so well.
satire?
How's her husband doing? And yes, that they're joking. They're making jokes about it.
Satire.
Yes, if they are against political violence, why they
Did anybody die?
He was in the hospital
Whoa,
at the
whoa,
time.
whoa,
He
no,
was
no,
in,
no,
like,
no,
critical
no,
condition. They attempted to kill him.
1 second. Now, hey, 1 second. Hey, 1 second. Hey, Marte. Did Trump die? Hey, Marte. Did Trump die when they tried to kill him?
No. Was anybody
People
fired
were
for saying
upset.
Trump should have died?
Weren't people upset about it?
Yes.
I didn't see a massive amount of people being fired because they were like, "Oh, I'm
Not-
glad the bullet
not a
missed me."
massive
I
amount.
didn't see a massive amount of
That
it.
wasn't a question. That wasn't
Not a massive amount. The point is that like
well, there wasn't a
the
campaign
Trump,
for sure.
The Trump and the right seem to like make a lot of jokes about attempts at killing, even killing sometimes, and that then when the left, when little tiny like 100-follower TikTok accounts do it, they all attack them and try to cancel them. Again, the Democrat establishment and all of those people very quickly denounce violence. They denounce the like violence from both sides every time across the board. But on the right, they seem to make jokes about it
every
anytime it
time you're
happens
making
to
an
the left.
absolute again. Go ahead, make another absolute.
Yes, I'm saying that
Every
every
time
time
you said.
in the last like 10 years that they are, yes, they are
No,
across
it's not
the
every
board.
time. That's inaccurate, Tom. At least be accurate with the information if you're going to feed me
Okay,
BS.
so correct me.
So, okay, it's not every time. I can at least be good faith and say, you know what? It could be some of the time. It could be half of the time, but I can't say every time. I
Well,
can't
no,
say
correct
100%.
me.
That's crazy.
I am saying every time. Correct me. Show me where I'm wrong.
Well, you can't show you where you're not wrong. So here's the thing, though. You're at the
Well,
behest of
correct.
your own
I
question
can't
that
prove
you're
a
asking.
negative. Of course I can't. You have to prove
Right.
positive. You're the one making the claim that this is
This
incorrect.
knife cuts both ways. You can't even do the same thing I can do.
I'm telling you that they don't. No, I'm telling you that they don't do this thing. And you're saying I can't make that claim. I'm saying I can make that claim because I've spent 5 years making this claim, asking somebody to disprove it. And not once has anybody done it. But there's a bunch of people who come in like you saying you
So
can't
if I
make that
ask you to
claim,
prove
but they
it, can you
have
prove
no
it?
evidence. No, I can't prove a fucking negative. You have to prove that it
Right. You're at
happens.
the behest
If you
of the
ask
same
me,
question you asked me.
hold on,
That
no,
doesn't
no,
make
no.
any sense.
If you said Donald
That's why
Trump
it's
never,
disingenuous. Go
if
ahead.
you said Donald Trump never stokes violence, and I say no, he does. I can't. I'm not going to turn around to you and say prove that he doesn't. No, I'm going to go and prove that he does. Just the same as if I say that the Democrats never do this, and you say yes they do. Well, then you have to prove that they do. That's on you. That's how that works.
No, you're making the claim saying every time. I'm not making that claim. You did. You have to prove the claim that you made.
So you want me to show you every single statement from every single Democrat over the last 10 years? That's what you're
No,
asking me
prove
to do.
that it's 100% because every time means 100%.
That is what you're
does it
asking me.
not?
Yes, you're asking me to show every single statement on every single bit of violence over the last 10 years. That's what you're asking me to do.
So you're saying human nature on that side is perfect. They never make mistakes.
No, no. I didn't say that. I didn't say
this
that.
is bad.
I didn't say that.
It's bad.
Is that Marte? You keep saying
can't
you're
say
being good
every
faith. Do you
time.
really
That's
think that's what I
crazy.
said? No, I am saying every time. And I'm saying
I
that
think
if
a better-
you think that you can show me any time that they did otherwise, go ahead, prove it. Go ahead.
So
If you
this
have
is
the
a
ability to
fallacy
do it,
that you're
sure.
creating. You're
This
creating
is
a
not fallacy.
distinction.
This is not a fallacy.
It is a fallacy. Every time is wild. When you say every time, that's
Every
wild. No.
time, every time I go poop, it is really hard, and I am in a lot of pain. Okay, every time. If I say every time, okay, it's every fucking time. I'm telling you,
Yeah, you're
every
using
time,
an
Democrat.
anecdote that's subjective. Can you use something that's more objective?
The
Say every
well,
time.
Yeah, sure. Democrats every time do not stoke the flames of violence. They do not encourage it, and they come out against violence, regardless of which side does.
Oh,
it.
so you're just gonna lie to me? Okay, you know what? I'm
Okay.
just gonna let you have that lie. Go ahead.
All right, let me say it. Let me
you're a
say
liar,
it. Let me
Tom.
say it a
Just go
different way.
ahead.
Let me say it a different way. So what
Right.
he's saying is that liberals are more like people from the South, whereas conservatives are more like people from New York. New York people talk with a little bit more of a threatening demeanor than people from the South. The people from the South will say something mean with a sweet tone to it. Is that what you're trying to say? Because if you're trying to say that they don't ever say anything bad, I would beg to say that.
Bad.
Right.
I never said bad.
That's what he says is crazy.
No. See, Marte, you're that's
smarter
what
than this, Tom.
Marte changed
You're
what
more
I said.
intelligent than
I
this.
said.
Okay,
I
what
said
did you say, Tom?
that every time there's an act of political violence,
Mhm.
when Democrats come out and say something, they
Mhm.
condemn it. They do not stoke the flames. They do not encourage it. They don't make fun of it. They don't do any of it. That is a thing that is specifically a Republican thing under Trump era, because before Trump, I would say all Democrats, all Republicans would condemn these things, all of them. But in the Trump era, things are drastically different.
Okay, I will let you have that. I don't agree with it, but I'll let you have it because
Yeah,
that's
I
your
don't
point of
agree
view.
either,
But what
yeah.
I will say is that I think that there are bad actors on both sides, and I think there are good actors on both sides. Just like in Texas right now, we have an issue with rezoning. All right, so we have some people that have literally fled the state to keep from having to make the vote. And then there are some people who are actually Democrats who are here. They know it's going to affect them, but their constituents have asked them to be here, so they're here. That's a good faith actor. A bad faith actor is a Democrat that runs to Atlanta so they don't have to do the vote. So I understand what you're saying, but I think it's good on both sides and it's bad on both sides.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying good
That's
or
why
bad.
he's
I'm
wrong.
talking
Thank you.
specifically
So,
about
but-
political violence. I didn't say anything about good or bad. I said political violence. That's it. That's all.
But
I
if you
said.
don't condemn, if you don't condemn political violence, then that's a bad thing.
You're implicit.
No, but that's not what it is.
You might as
right?
well be.
So Trump.
It's-
Okay,
it's-
so you're saying Trump is complicit for not
Yeah.
condemning
So this is what is happening,
violence?
right? This is what.
Yes.
So both sides do it, but one side does it more than the other. I think that's a very fair.
No, I'm not playing this fucking both sides pussy bullshit. I'm not doing this both sides whitewashing what the Republicans do. I'm not whitewashing this. It is Republicans.
Because I actually can show you why both sides actually do it. Like I said, both sides love cancel culture. Both sides wouldn't drop a tear if somebody on the other side, something happened to them. That's both sides. I'm not talking just about politicians. I'm talking about crowds.
I agree.
What I would say is, like Tom said, if you actually go compare and go to see the nitty-gritty of what happened, most of what happens from the left is college kids being mad at you and throwing you apple, is people saying no justice, no peace, is people burning the local store when right-wingers actually get mad. And most of these right-wingers that actually you see doing political violence is disproportional that they are actually on the right, they are not on the left. That's all I said, and I'm going to add something to it. It's kind of funny that on the last 2 assassination attempts, all of a sudden, all the left-leaning people that are shooting people are engraving their manifesto in shells they never used and all that shit. It's very coincidence. Never happened on the last 15 years, and there's mass shootings every week. And all of a sudden, when people are looking for blood on the left side, now all of a sudden everybody takes some extra rounds and they put him on the floor, then write, I am a lefty and fuck Trump. And then they found it. Oh, we can't see. So it's both sides, but it's not equivalent. It's
So,
both sides,
Jeremy,
but it's not the same.
can I ask Jeremy
Yes.
a question real quick? Jeremy, you were listening to the last few back and forth, right?
Correct.
What Fatty's saying is most, right? Did tomfoolery say most or every time?
I said every time, every fucking time.
He did say every time.
Right.
But guess what?
Now Fatty's defending him by saying most, but go ahead though.
He's wrong.
That's crazy.
No, I'm not. No, Marte, I'm not defending. He's wrong, and he's
Okay, I'm
smiling.
just checking, Fatty.
Marte.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, show me an example.
No, Tom.
Okay,
Tom,
I have an
show me
example. I have an example. I have an example. Okay, so in Dallas, they just had a shooting at the ICE facility. The literal bullet casings had that type of rhetoric on it.
Yeah, that's
that
frame.
was from liberals.
It said anti.
No, that's frame. No, that's frame. So, Jeremy, don't use that case. That's frame.
Don't use it. It's a frame.
No. It's because I want the clear case because he's very weird.
Well, no. Wait, I don't know why that matters. Go ahead, Jeremy. I don't know. Why that matters.
I'm just giving an example of where it turned deadly because
hold on. Again, I
have
never
an
said that
example.
Democrats don't engage in violence. I don't know why. Please stop. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Democrat politicians every
Mhm.
time condemn violence.
Okay.
Whether the right or the left does it, Democrat politicians, if they make a statement on these things, they condemn it. Whereas Republicans across the board often do not. Often they will make jokes about it, or they will justify it somehow, or they will say, "Oh, well, actually, I know they're like this person was right wing, but the real violence is on the left. That's the real problem. Antifa is the real problem over here." Like they kind of
Your whole
obfuscate
argument
actually
just got
condemning
destroyed
it
right
and then
now.
move to another thing. Go ahead.
Your whole argument just got destroyed. So in the House, they voted against Charlie Kirk's death. 58 people voted.
They voted against his death?
As Republicans.
They voted against his
for
death?
No, they voted against this. They said 58 people wouldn't say, "Hey, you know what? I condone I'm against it." They voted against this. So
Yeah.
58
What did
people
the
on the
bill
House
say?
floor did
What did
this
the bill
right
say,
now.
Marte?
That
What
literally
did the bill
destroys your
say?
whole argument.
No, it doesn't. What did the bill say? It didn't say that. That's not what
No.
it said. Actually,
They were
Democrats
saying,
proposed.
"Can we have a moment of silence against
No.
Charlie Kirk's
No,
death?" They said,
no,
"No,
that
I
is not what
refuse
it is.
to support any of this rhetoric."
There was a motion that said that Charlie Kirk, we condemn the violence. He was a bastion of freedom of speech, a great Christian man who had great values and was leading the nation in saving the world. And he had the biggest dick that anybody's ever seen. And we all want to suck
That's
it.
crazy,
So
Tom.
please, everybody sign this. And then Democrats came back and said, hey guys, listen.
That's crazy,
when
Tom.
Melissa
They
Hortman-
refused
they
to
said when-
condemn the
hold on,
death?
Hold on. Listen, let me
That's
when Melissa
crazy,
Hortman died,
bro.
they came back and they said, listen, guys, you guys had like a 5-page thing about Charlie Kirk. when Melissa Hortman died, we had a one statement motion that we asked you guys to sign that just said that we all want to honor Melissa Hortman's death. And that was it, that we left it at that, and we all signed on to it. So we're going to propose another option that just says we all condemn political violence, and we want to honor Charlie Kirk's death. And the Democrats put that up, and they said, no, we're going with this one that just says all this other stuff of 5 fucking pages of shit. That is not, it was not this like, oh, they celebrated his death now, or they're not willing to condone it. No, that was not all that was in there.
Yeah, and I'll say that I don't like nothing is all, nothing is everything. I understand what Tom is doing.
It's not what Tom does.
No,
it's just a fact.
No,
every Democrat who voted against Charlie Kirk's resolution, 58 people in the House.
But
that wasn't the resolution.
That's mischaracterizing.
That is the resolution. What are you talking about?
One second, please. Okay, so let me ask you something.
Pages of this.
No, I got you.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, pages. Exactly.
Let me ask you.
Why did you lie? Why did you lie? It's pages.
No, pages on social media, in news outlets and documents everywhere.
Oh, you're going back to people's feelings. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about facts. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about facts. You want to go back?
What are you talking about?
One second, please. Marte, so you think that them voting against, for example, a moment of silence or making it a national holiday, do you think that that actually pushes like political violence? Do you think they're in favor of that type of political violence?
That's not my argument at all. That's something.
So,
this is a whole different conversation.
No. So when you bring the people on Congress or people of this, they said, like, what does that mean?
They refuse to condemn it. His violence that happened to him. But Tom's saying no, that doesn't happen.
No. Just because they didn't ask for it, like they didn't want to do a
no, that's literally what Tom said. He said Democrats don't condemn this, yet they didn't. They're basically refusing to condemn this on the House floor. 58 of them.
No, but what did they do that actually shows that?
Refuse to condemn it.
No, they didn't. So this is what it says right here. It says, whereas Charlie Kirk, James Kirk,
you lost that one,
October 14th, 1993, was a courageous American patriot whose life was tragically and unjustly cut short in an act of political violence on September 10th, 2025 at Utah Valley University. Whereas Charlie Kirk was a devoted Christian who bodily lived out his faith with convicted courage and compassion. Whereas Charlie Kirk was a dedicated husband to his beloved wife, Erica Kirk, and loving father to his daughter and son, exemplifying the virtues of faith, fidelity, and fatherhood. Whereas Charlie Kirk was a fierce defender of American founding, American founding and its timeline principles of life, liberty, limited government, and individual responsibility. Whereas I can go on. It'll take like another hour for me to read.
It's a resolution that I was saying, right?
No,
they're voting against this resolution.
You said it was condemning the violence. You said that. That's what you said. That's what you said.
They were refusing to condemn the violence.
Yes, he was not a bastion of life, liberty, limited government, and individual responsibility. He voted for Donald Trump, a fucking fascist. He was not those things.
I would not vote for that. Talking about?
I would not. Yes, it is subjective, and they didn't vote for it. Correct. It is subjective, and they didn't vote for that fucking
Your
shit.
subjective opinion, but go ahead.
You're lying, saying that it's about condemning his murder, and that is incorrect. Yes. That is not what this is about.
Okay.
Yes.
So
condemning will say we support.
Whoa, hey,
right now.
That's what this is about.
You look like you're very experienced in doing all this. That's so gay. I'm clipping that, by the way. That's crazy.
Tom, we lefties over here, but we can do that.
That's experience.
I believe in your freedom of expression, Tom.
Don't do that.
Nah, please don't. That's gay as hell, bro.
That was crazy.
No dude should do this, bro, on a podcast. That's crazy.
You win, Tom. You win.
I think you better call Tom and give him confidence.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead. That's all you, Destiny. Tom.
Whoa. This is how I deal with my fights on the streets too. I get butt naked.
Yeah, Destiny does the same thing. You guys are the same.
Very effective.
Hey, Jeremy and Natina, take us home. I'm going to read these 3 super chats and then you take us home, okay? Because he's getting out of hand. Player one. And friends, if you're watching these in any platform, YouTube, Shut Up Fatty is the second channel. I need 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month so we continue our adventures. I'm having the studio build in 4 days. I'm going to start to do reviews too. So now we go. Global. Player 1 gifted your canal 1 membership. I appreciate you with a $50 ball. John Henry, let's go. Says for God to give you 50 for the humorous performance of the Dunning-Kruger triplets, Marte, CJ, and Mika. There always is function, but the fact they stand on it is funnier. And finally, we have John saying, "Oh, Fatty, as the proof that political violence is led by right-wing extremists since 1994, show them, Fatty." John, they already know. There's several studies that actually show like the metrics when it comes to political violence, and there's like it's not even close. That's why I understand why Tom don't want to concede. Both sides do it. It's like a Charmander versus a Charizard. Like both of them are fire Pokemons. One of them is good, the one that's fuck you up, right? The other one is kind of like the little one. So we kind of get what he's trying to do. Jeremy and Athena, please take us home. Oh, and by the way, via Stream Elements, take my conservatives money. Yeah, goddamn progressive. Much love. Good to see you back. Thank you very much, Headbanging TV, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jeremy and Athena. And again, friends, we see you on Sunday. See you on Sunday. We see you on Sunday with very messy. Ladies first. Athena and Jeremy, take us on, please. Thank you very much for being here. I will drop the links tomorrow. I can do it today, friends, because there's a lot of things going on. But tomorrow, everyone is going to be linked as usual. So please go ahead and make sure you support all the content creators that pulled up in the show. I would love to see Jeremy back. Jeremy is a dope individual. I appreciate him, so I would like to see more over here. So go ahead, Jeremy and Tina. Final thoughts, and then Tom and Marte, because they're going to start fighting again. I'll save him for last. Go ahead.
Athena?
I still stand by what I said earlier. I don't like cancel culture, but it is what it is. I have the right, to fire someone that I don't want working for me. And people have the right to do the same to me. As far as what y'all were saying earlier, I'm actually, one thing I will admit is if I am not well versed in something, I won't talk about it. So I'm going to look into those stats and look at the individual cases because I think that that's really important. But I will get back to y'all on that.
Can I ask you something, Athena?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Marte would be a great politician?
I don't know him well enough to say whether he would be a good politician or not.
I just wanted to ask you before you.
Good answer. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Athena is going to be the Attorney General when Marte is the President of the United States.
What's the name of this channel, by the way? Shut Up, Fatty. Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up, Marte.
I'm shouting your channel out. What am I doing wrong? I'm just giving your channel props right now.
It's a catchy name, Marte. We're trying to get up there, Marte. They need to remember us. Go ahead, Jeremy. You got it.
Sure, man.
All right. So, guys, I did have some data, but I'm not gonna share it. Next time. But I will end it the way I normally end my show. At the end of the day, it's always you versus you. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're taking care of the people that you love. Handle your business. Make sure that you are prepared for anything that you and your loved ones have to be involved in. It's your boy JYG. Don't forget to follow at TBH_crew. And we out.
Damn, this man works for the radio. Look at you, Jeremy. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much. I need to know how you like the room that way, because that's kind of, I don't know what's going on. There's some cinematic Saw 4 type of like that. Let's go. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Marte, Mr. Marte. Am I saying them correctly?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
by the way,
you
you need
using
to stop
proper
fucking
grammar in
with
English now.
The Ellen and the Elon makes no sense, man. English is stupid. No N-O, no K-N-O-W. Like, English makes no sense at all. Like, the English letter, the English dictionary makes no sense. So instead of actually prosecute me for not knowing how to read, right, go ahead and prosecute those people for making a language so difficult that two things that are written completely different have the same sound, or two letters that are completely the same have different sounds. Go ahead, you got this.
No, I'm not prosecuting you for this. What I'm doing is I'm saying that you're bad at emulating things, right? You can sound like Dexter's Laboratory all you want to right now, but you're still saying shit wrong. That doesn't mean the English language is bad per se, but here's the thing though. Back to this though, I'm not uttering any absolutes here on this panel, while Athena's also right saying if she doesn't know anything, she's fair enough to say this. Now, I'm very consistent in my panel as far as my suggestions to say, hey, listen, this is my belief. I'm very malleable in this. I'm not so hard in my approach that I'm so stubborn that I'll be so disingenuous and acknowledge a lie. If it's a lie, I can then concede points and not lose my arguments. That's what I can do is in good faith. Now, tomfoolery, I've seen you a bunch of times, right? Now, if you utter something that doesn't make sense to me, like saying always or never happens, which you've done twice, to me, I'm going to challenge this all the time. I'll do this because that to me, and then to say that an absolute is not a fallacy is crazy to me. Jeremy, I appreciate meeting you. You've offered great discourse on this panel. Fatty, man, you're a good brother. I love you. But here's the thing, though. I'm always going to challenge you no matter what and fuck you up. By the way, I'm very DEI because of the way you look. I don't trust you around my food and my kitchen, but you look like you close the fridge door with your hips all the day.
Hey, what you want me to show you something?
Nah, please don't show me something because Tom was showing us something right now. I don't want to see the rest of this.
No. There's not that type of showing, right?
Please don't show me how you eat hot dog sideways.
Hey, I have $1,000 in Jordan gear in gym gear.
I don't want to see you wearing this with nothing on, bro. Like, let's keep it, PG here, bro.
I bought my swimming thingy.
No, I'm not trying to see your swimming thingy, bro. Oh my God, please don't. Bro, no, please no. Let's keep it TOS here, bro.
I am going to the gym 4 times a week, and I'm going swimming.
Okay, that was close.
I will be a bodybuilder. I will be a bodybuilder by the end of 2026.
I appreciate. Be better than me. Actually, I'll tell everybody, including Jeremy
that's
and Tom.
not going to be difficult.
Be better than me. I want everybody to excel in life.
That's not going to be difficult.
That's good
I
faith.
will be competing for the Mr. Olympia by the end of the year.
Now that's cat. You're about as cap as Tom Fuller.
Naturally, just drinking water and hot potato salad.
Yeah, you're good luck with that though.
And by the way, I would, if Tom and Marte want to do a debate about whatever political violence, something going on, I think we could give a good show to the
I would definitely debate tomfoolery on a lot of shit other than this.
As my closing statement, let me ask just a couple questions. I promise it'll be very, very quick.
Here we go.
So Marte, is God all loving?
Yes or no? Love can be harsh.
Is he all knowing?
All knowing, yes.
Is he all well, I guess that's it. Okay, so now we have both made all broad brush statements that always statements.
Are you
here.
God?
And if I was going
You're
to
comparing
disagree
yourself
with
to
that,
God, but
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm making the statement on both.
Wait,
you're making
how
the
is this
statement
not
on
a
both.
conflation?
We're talking. You said they were. I'm about to ask you that. So if I was to say God is not all knowing, and you say He is, okay, what is the next step in logic? What is it that we do next?
Well, I would definitely use the transcendental argument for God, which you would definitely take an L on. But anyways, that could be another discussion.
No. I'm saying, what is the next step? Like, if we're going through a logical process to see if this is true, you say He's all knowing. I say He's not. What happens next?
We would have a debate, which we can have on Fatty's channel.
The next step would
I'm not
be
about
for
to
you
destroy
to
you right
if you
now.
say,
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's save this for later,
So
bro.
I'll just explain. My closing statement is if He says He's all loving and I say He's not, I would then have to give a time when He was not loving. I would have to give evidence that He was not loving. That is generally the next statement is that it is almost impossible to prove. If I say
God operates
oxygen
outside
has
of time,
always,
that's false.
if I say oxygen has always been on the planet, it has always been that way. It's really going to be hard for me to show each and every second of the planet's existence to prove that is the case. It would be on the other person to show a point in time where that was not the case. So the problem is that that is just the way that these statements work, the way that we're supposed to argue them. The right has been engaging in cancel culture larger than the left and on higher levels than the left for a very long time. The majority of violence seems to come from them. I have a video on my channel called "The Right Has Always Been Violent" if you guys want to check it out. But we had the kidnapping of Gretchen Whitmer just a couple of years ago. We had the attack on Nancy Pelosi. We had the attack on Hoffman and Hortman. We had the attack on, I think it was AOC. Then we had the attack on the Capitol. We had the Pelosi again. We had the pipe bomb sent to 13 different Democrat politicians. When it comes to it, I'll just close with this. When it comes to Destiny, a lot of people are saying that he was advocating for violence. He never did this. At one point, he said that he wasn't going to condemn or tell his side to turn down the violent rhetoric if the right was turning up the violent rhetoric. And then at another point, he said, conservatives need to be afraid to use the type of rhetoric that they do. And that is exactly what the conservatives are saying right now when they are going out and doxing people. They're saying there has to be a repercussion for your actions. We have to give you a punishment so that you are afraid in the future of doing this sort of thing. That is exactly what Destiny was saying when he said that they have to be afraid, is that there has to be a repercussion. And on the left gives the right repercussions and the left gives the left repercussions, but the right does not give the right repercussions. There is no repercussion for libs of TikTok. There is no repercussion for Donald Trump. There's no repercussion for his kids. There's no repercussions for Laura Loomer. There's no repercussions for Elon Musk or, all the people who were calling for civil war. There's no repercussions for any of these people because the people on the right cheer this stuff on and the people on the left condemn it. So,
who are the arbiters of slavery, Democrats or Republicans when slavery existed?
The conservative Democrats.
No. Now it's a hybrid. Democrats or
well,
conservatives?
no, the Democrats were the conservatives at the time. Yeah.
So Democrats. Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, Democrat is not ideological. Republican is not ideological.
Wait, hold on. You made it ideological when you said only Republicans. But anyways, yeah.
I said in the last 10 years. I said in the last 10 years. I know that this is hard. I have to keep repeating this like 20 times for you, but we'll go through each point of what I said. At some point, you'll get it.
You know what, Tom? I think we need to have a debate on this because we're not done here. But anyways, I'll continue.
Friends, I appreciate y'all. Tom, Jeremy, Tina.
I do open call-in show on my channel, so if any of y'all want to come
shit, he said.
I'll definitely come. Right. I'll definitely come on your show.
He said pull up. So friends. I'm not
going to come on the show that you demonstrated the way that you did. I mean, arrive at your show.
That's crazy. Team Fatty and the Untouchable signing out. Peace.
I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. Straight from the bottom, I rose from the pain. Untouchable empire, we running the game. Blood in my hustle, fire in my chest. Test me, boy, I'll put you to rest. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. Cold nights, hard fights, never gon' fold. Drilling my veins, my spirit is bold. Legends are written, they carve up my name. The empire forever, we changing the game. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. Step heavy bass knock, move with the crew. Untouchables rise, and we coming for you. Chains break, fear gone, never the same. Untouchable empire, remember the name. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. From the shadows to the throne, now the city is mine. Every scar that I carry is a part of the grind. Stand tall, no retreat, I was built to brawl. The untouchables, we conquer all! I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. I'm invincible, I'm untouchable. Invincible empire, baby.
And shout out to OG and Miso G for the cash app. I apologize. I forgot. Appreciate you. Team Fatty and the Untouchables are out.
Brother.